Hello, good evening, and welcome to Geneva, New York for the Niagara Falls Americans and the Geneva Red Wings. A PGCBL West Division matchup for the first time this season. These two teams will square off. I'm Tom Rook alongside Ethan Duncan. Welcome to the Americans Sports Network. Tonight it is a radio broadcast. No video tonight, tough angle up in the press box. We are shielded by a couple of nets, so it's going to be a full radio broadcast, but we'll have our score bug right here showcasing what is happening the entire game. But nonetheless, the Americans coming into tonight 9-12 on the season. The Red Wings 6-13, but it's the first matchup between these two. Ethan, welcome in.
Yeah, should be a good one here. Obviously, not the condition we wanted with this tough view that will be your eyes and your ears today, so should be a good one. This Geneva team coming into this match, had a tough year so far, 6-13. Give it Newark their 2 wins on the season. They're do okay at home, 3-3 at home, 3-10 away. But this team can beat some tough teams on the year, as they've beaten Auburn they've beaten Auburn twice, also beaten the Ironbacks and Elmira, so they can stack up against anyone.
Absolutely, yeah. You look at the last games between these two teams, came all the way last year, July of last year of 2025, and the Americans won that one 17-6, July 26th to be exact, at Sal Maglie Stadium. They won it in 7 innings, but you look at last year as a whole, the Americans swept the Red Wings 4-0. 2 of them were Mercy Rule victories, and actually in the last game these two teams played, Nick Past and Logan Stickler both in the lineup for the Americans. Nick Past in the lineup tonight for the Americans, no Logan Stickler, but a couple of the returners back in the red, white, and blue. Also for the Red Wings, Dylan Briggs and Casey Burkhoff, both in the lineup. They're on the team this year, but only Dylan Briggs in the lineup tonight. We're obviously at McDonough Park, so the Americans are coming to bat first. We'll take a look at the Americans' starting lineup.
Justin Gladfeld will go back into that starting position, leading off. Harris will move over to right, so left field basket in the second game of the doubleheader against Elmira. Gamshaw will move to left. Zangardi staying at that four spot, going to DH. Jesmondi staying in center field. Adam Weiss always at first. Savino going to play 2 straight at that shortstop position. Favada, after having a hit for an RBI in that game 2 of the doubleheader, going to stay in the lineup as he is a pinch hitter. Cooper Rao going to stay at third. Nick Past going to stay at catcher. And then Nova Lopez, who hasn't played since his commitment to Savannah College, is going to be on the mound here looking for a second win.
Yeah, Angel Nova Lopez recently committed Savannah State University in Savannah, Georgia, a Division II school. Committed on June 20th, so tonight he'll make his first start since committing to his new school after transferring from Curry College. There's the starting lineup for the Americans. Take a look at the Geneva defensive alignment tonight for the Red Wings. The battery, it's Caden Bro tossing to Caden Coots. Then the infield, C.J. Origo at third base, Christopher Gonzalo at shortstop, J.C. Gamble over at second, and John Mendola at first. Then left to right in the outfield, Nick Filipponi, Dylan Briggs, a returner, and then you've got Connor Mago in right field. We'll pause here as we honor America at McDonough Park for the national anthem. McDonough Park? McDonough. Just make sure.
Yeah.
McDonough.
It's so hot, dude.
That's what the Americans are too. So, like we mentioned, the Americans coming into today 9-12, won their last game, and Geneva, they've are on a two-game losing streak after suffering a tough loss to Newark first, and then their last matchup coming on Sunday at Olean, where they lost 11-0 in 7 innings. In that game, Nick Filipponi had a double, went 2 for 2. Dylan Briggs came off the bench, went 1 for 1 with a double as well. And Michael Ucci had a base hit. That's all they had on offense. 4 hits for the Red Wings versus Olean, who put up 11 runs against the Red Wings. The Americans coming off a doubleheader split against the Pioneers on Sunday. Lost game 1 13-0, then turned it around game 2 with a thrilling comeback win, Ethan.
Yeah, certainly a tale of 2 games, that comeback win. One of the highlights of this Americans year. Scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to tie it, then walked it off in the 8th. Mitchell Canyon with a start, 140 pitches. Certainly not going to see him on the mound anytime soon, but got the complete game win. Really did his job. The Americans really were struggling to find arms, and he really stepped up.
So once again, it is a radio broadcast tonight, no video, but you'll hear us. You'll hear our beautiful voices, and trust that it's going to be a good game as we get some rain to start here.
We were unsure how this game was going to go originally. Huge thunder and rain about an hour and a half prior to this game, able to hold up, but sun is shining. Rain's going to come as well.
Sun is shining and it's pouring, but we're playing baseball. Dirt field here at the historic McDonough Park. Been around a really long time. Seats 3,000 people. 325 to left, 400 to center, 320 to right. 5,500 fans last year, about 290 a game. The modern structure was built in 1958, originally known as Churon Park, and eventually was renamed prior to the 1977 season in honor of former general manager Joseph E. McDonough. As we get ready for baseball, so Justin Gladfelter will dig in as the leadoff hitter today for the Americans. He's playing second base, wears number 27. Bats from the ref's right side, facing off against Caden Bro for the Red Wings. First pitch to Gladfelter, misses for ball number 1 on the outside corner. Gladfelter facing off against Bro. Bro working from the windup. Geneva fairly standard depth in the outfield and infield. Misses low and away now. Ball 2. Gladfelter in the transfer portal currently, looking for a new place to play for his sophomore season. Played his freshman year at Cunata College, all the way out in California. Facing off against Caden Bro. Ahead 2-0. Here's the pitch from Bro. In there for strike number 1. Bro working back 2-1. The Red Wings wearing all whites today at home. The Americans have the blue jerseys on. Bro behind in the count, kicks and deals the 2-1 outside. Now 3-1. Caden Bro, a Morristown, New Jersey native. Throws from the right side, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore. Gladfelter ahead 3-1. Here's the pitch from Bro. Down and away, strike number 2. Gets the call in the corner.
I felt unexpected. We've talked about calling it too early, leaving the batter's box before what the umpire calls. Now moves it to a 3-2.
So Bro on the season, 2-1. This will be his 6th appearance. 4th start. He's got a complete game shutout on his resume this summer. And now the count is full against Gladfelter, 3-2. Bro gets the sign. Now's got it. Kicks, deals the 3-2. In there, called, strike 3. A slider that curved on the inside corner and landed for strike number 3, sending Gladfelter back to the dugout.
2 straight strikes that Gladfelter did not like, but big first out for Bro. Bro, honestly, the guy you want to have here if you're the Geneva Red Wings, has 2 of your 6 wins, best ERA for a starter, 2-1, 5 appearances. The rate of 3.54 pitched around the most innings, 20 and a third. So certainly a guy you want in a 2-game losing skid, and you want to get a game back against the Americans.
So here's Harris. Harris currently on a 7-game on base streak. Drives that one into left center. It'll fall for a base hit. Played by Filipponi. Harris chugging for second. The throw in, and it won't get to second as it's cut off by Gonzalo at shortstop. And Harris into second, sliding for a 1-out double.
It was a great play in left by Filippini to cut it off, but Harris just didn't stop moving. Knew where that ball went, knew his speed could outbeat the throw, and gets in for a 1-out double.
So Harris will lead off second, and in steps Matthew Ganschow. Ganschow still leading the team in RBIs this year. Bats from the right side. 1 out, misses outside. Good job by Coots to squeeze that one behind the dish. Ganschow had the day off on Sunday. Didn't play in either game in the doubleheader. As we get some more rain falling. A little heat storm. Bro deals the 1-0 to Ganschow. Checks his swing. Check if he went. He went around. Home plate umpire says so. So it'll be a 1-1 coming to Ganschow.
Certainly surprised we didn't see Ganschow in either of those lineups against Elmira, but didn't make the mistake 3 times in a row. So he's batting third.
Ganschow in left tonight. Harris off second after a double. Pitch to Ganschow, low and away. Misses for ball 2. So Dave Harris now on an 8-game on-base streak, extending it with the double here in the top of the first against the Geneva Red Wings. Ganschow in the season batting .357 in 42 at-bats. 20 RBIs to his name, along with 4 doubles and a triple. Bro behind in the count, 2-1, 1 out in the inning. Ganschow bats from the right side. Bro working from the stretch, deals the 2-1. Outside corner, gets the call. Now 2-2, evens the count. A nice fastball on the outside corner from Caden Bro.
He's really finding his zone. We've seen a little bit larger of a zone here from this umpire, and he's finding his spots here. Really don't want Ganschow to strike out here.
Yeah, gets a pitch probably about a ball and a half off the plate right there for a strike. So now 2-2, 1 out in the inning. Ganschow hitting from the right side. Harris off second. Pitch from Bro. Fouled straight back. Ganschow protecting on a slider low and away. And we'll do 2-2 all over again. Bro plays his collegiate ball at Susquehanna University, along with a couple other players on this Red Wings team. Max Lipton, another arm, as well as Jake Rude. Bro this past year at Susquehanna started 4 games. Now working from the stretch. Evened up 2-2 against Ganschow. Swung on and missed. A slider low and away. Gets Ganschow to chase for the second out of the inning.
2 huge strikeouts so far against Ganschow. He strikeout on the year. That 1-out double. He's 1 out away from getting away from this. But Zangardi, we've seen what he can do when they need runs.
So just Ganschow's 8th strikeout on the season. Like you mentioned, Gladfelter struck out to lead off the game. And David Harris doubled with 1 out. So he's at second. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Dominic Zangardi. Takes it inside. Coots blocks it, but loses it. And Harris scampers to third. So the Americans have a runner at third base now with 2 outs. Pitch was a ball in the dirt. So now 1-0 coming to Zangardi, who will be a freshman at Niagara University in the fall.
It's only Bro's 4th wild pitch, but a big one here to move Harris over.
Pitch to Zangardi is drilled to right, but way out in front, so it's foul. Now 1-1. Zangardi on Sunday in Game 2 against the Pioneers had the game-tying double in the bottom half of the 7th. Just a 7-inning game that was. And he absolutely crushed the ball over the head of the Pioneers center fielder in Caleb Delaney and able to drive in the tying run. Now swings at one and fouls it down the third baseline, drifting towards the fence. And it lands out of play. No chance for Arrigo over there at third. So now it'll be a 1-2 pitch coming to Zangardi. Harris at third. 2 outs in the inning. Caden Bro against Dom Zangardi. Bro kicks, deals the 1-2. Misses upstairs, now 2-2.
himself second in RBIs, currently tied with Bauer with 10. Right behind Ganshaw with 20.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bro deals, checks his swing outside corner, doesn't get it. So it'll be a 3-2. A nice 2-seam action heater to Zangardi that has a beautiful eye. Takes outside. Now 3-2 coming.
Certainly a great pitch. A lot of hitters can't hold up on that one, but shows how good a hitter Zangardi is on a full count here.
So Bro working from the windup. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs in the inning. Zangardi hits that one into left center. Not deep. Ranging over Filipponi, but Briggs comes over from center and hauls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. So in the inning, the Americans score no runs on, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base in David Harris. Geneva coming to bat here in the bottom half of the 1st after half an inning. It's 0-0 here on the American Sports Network. The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. Back here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. The Americans out on the field. We'll take a look at the Geneva starting batting order first, though. J.C. Gamble leading off at second base. Dylan Briggs, a returner for the Red Wings, batting second. Connor McGough batting third, playing right field. John Mendola over at first base. Caden Coots behind the plate. C.J. Origo at third. Dylan Abbott, the extra hitter. Nick Filipponi out in left. Ben Buxton, the designated hitter. Christopher Gonzalo at shortstop. And Caden Bro, who got 2 big strikeouts there in the top of the 1st. That one's chopped to first for the first pitch of the bottom of the 1st, but it goes foul. Weiss plays it after Gamble hits it. So now he's down 0-1. We'll take a look at the Americans' defensive alignment.
See that stacked outfield here with Ganshaw in left, Gismondi in center field, and Harris in right. Rowell at third base, Savino at short, Gladfelter at second, Weiss at first. Nova Lopez on the mound with pass at catcher.
So it'll be Nova Lopez on the mound, not Favada. Was going to be misses upstairs.
Going to see a long outing here from Nova Lopez. Last 2 outings have been better. Had his 3rd outing, had that win against Newark, went 4 1/3 in that 7-run game up through the Mercy, and then had a no decision in the Jamestown game.
Misses upstairs. Now 2-1.
In those first 2 games where he had the losses, only went 3 1/3 compared to the last 2 where he went 7 2/3. Hasn't averaged less than 3 outs, 3 innings per outing. Looking to go more here.
Nova Lopez from the stretch against Gamble. Here's the pitch. Outside, misses. So I actually heard a little bit different. I spoke with Nova Lopez before the game. He said going a short outing today, not going super deep into the game. 2, maybe 3 innings max. He's thrown a lot this summer, so not going to take a huge risk of getting hurt or anything like that. Could see him just go 2 or 3. Now behind in the count 3-1, deals low and in. Now ball 4. So Gamble a leadoff walk for the Red Wings, and they've got a leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 1st.
We talked about Nova Lopez struggling with that leadoff walk. 19 walks to only 9 strikeouts. It feels like when it starts off with a walk, Nova Lopez really struggles. So come out here, but we've talked about as well, Tom, that it's just this Geneva team really grounds into a lot of double plays. So these batters could certainly be his friend here after the leadoff walk.
Yeah, the Red Wings lead the PGCBL and ground into double plays with 16 on the year. There goes Gamble off first. Throw down for pass is not nearly in time. A really nice steal from J.C. Gamble. A great jump over at first. And now the Red Wings have a runner in scoring position already here in the bottom of the first with nobody out.
Gamble, strong guy on the base path. 12 stolen bases. Has been caught 3 times. Certainly wasn't there. That's his 13th. Runner now in scoring position here. There's no outs.
So 1 out count. Nova Lopez against Dylan Briggs. Pitch to Briggs. Gamble going for third. Pitch is high. Pass has to jump, and Gamble swipes it. His second steal of the inning. And now J.C. Gamble going to be at third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
Talk about aggressive coaching here, Tom. Geneva clearly wants any run they can get, and on 2 pitches, Gamble's on third with a walk, and Nova Lopez still only throwing 1 strike.
So the Americans forced to bring the infield in here at the bottom of the first inning. Briggs, pitch from Nova Lopez, chopped foul on the third baseline. Now 2-1. Hot day here in Geneva. Extreme heat warning, 87 degrees. The National Weather Service. Extreme heat warning lasting until tomorrow afternoon here in Geneva. So heat definitely a factor out there on the diamond today. Nova Lopez behind in the count 2-1 against Dylan Briggs, a returner for the Red Wings from last summer. Pitch to Briggs, fouled behind home. So now 2-2. Briggs wearing number 3, playing center field tonight for the Red Wings. Plays his collegiate ball at Montclair State in New Jersey this past year. Played 29 games and hit 300 on the dot. 12 hits, 3 doubles, and 11 RBIs as Briggs digs in. Count even at 2. Americans infield in, outfield at normal depth. Nova Lopez working from the stretch. Deals to the righty Briggs. Fastball misses low and away. Now 3-2.
Nova Lopez, no wild pitches on the year. Nearly did there. Pass able to dive and save a run, but full count here. Really need to get a strikeout. Can't have runs to the corners and no one out.
Pass been really good behind the plate this year for the Americans. Not causing a ton of wild pitches from the pitching staff. Certainly no pass balls as well. It'll be a 3-2 from Nova Lopez to Briggs. Pitch. Chop to third. Rowell charging. Plays with one hand. He'll go across the diamond. Throws it in the dirt. Good pick by Weiss at first. And out is made at first. A beautiful pick by Adam Weiss. And a nice play by Cooper Rowell over there at third base for the Americans.
Yeah, both sides of that infield really did their job there. Saw it earlier in that first count. Weiss is charging on that ball that just went foul before he was able to do it. Rowell saw that, able to get that ball before it went foul, able to keep him at third. And an outstanding pick by Weiss. If that ball gets away, he could be on second, and the run would obviously score. So huge first out. Nova Lopez definitely going to have to treat them to a steak dinner later.
So here's Connor McGough. Steps in from the right side. Nova Lopez working from the stretch. First pitch almost hits McGough. He has to duck down and takes ball number 1. So 1 out in the inning. J.C. Gamble leadoff walk. Stole second, stole third on 2 straight pitches. Then Dylan Briggs bounced to third on a nice one-handed play by Cooper Rowell and a beautiful pick at first by Adam Weiss. Here's Connor McGough at the plate. Down ahead 1-0. Pitch from Nova Lopez. Cracked into center. Coming on Jesmondi. He makes a nice diving play. Derek Jesmondi. A beautiful play in center field. But Gamble will come around to score on the sacrifice fly. Derek Jesmondi, a nice diving catch, but the Red Wings now lead 1-0.
Run does score, but Jesmondi certainly saved a couple extra bases there. Really has moved all around in that outfield, but center field charged that ball and a huge out. Obviously no chance to get Gamble at third. Obviously those stolen bases, especially from getting from second to third, gives Geneva a win, gives them a run, but 2 huge outs from this Americans team, but not from Nova Lopez.
So here's John Mendola, batsman on the left side, 2 outs in the inning. 0-0 count, pitch from Nova Lopez in there for strike number 1, a fastball on the outside corner. Jesmondi comes in, makes a nice Superman catch in the outfield, saving a couple bases like you mentioned. That ball gets by him. That's an easy double, maybe 3. Pitch 0-1, fouled on the third baseline, so now it'll be an 0-2 from Nova Lopez to Mendola. Mendola from Holland, Pennsylvania. Attends LaSalle University in Philadelphia, Division I school. Just 1 hit and 4 at-bats this past year. Nova Lopez ahead, 0-2, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. 1 run already in for the Red Wings. Pitch to Nova Lopez. Fouled straight back behind home.
On unlike Jamestown, Tom, no threat of a foul ball coming our way to these two things of the fence. See those left-handed hitters at Jamestown can get it into our high press box, but safe and sound here in Geneva.
Nova Lopez works out of the stretch with nobody on base. 0-2 count ahead of John Mendola. Pitch. Changeup upstairs. Misses up and out for ball one. So J.C. Gamble manufacturing a run here in the first for the Red Wings, stealing second and third on back-to-back pitches after a leadoff walk, then came around to score on a sacrifice fly from Connor Margot. So he gets the RBI. It'll be a 1-2 pitch coming from Nova Lopez. Hit down the right field line, foul. Mendola hitting it everywhere but fair here in his first at-bat of the game.
Mendola certainly can hit the bat. 353 hitter, 12 hits on this team, ties him for second. 4 extra base hits and a home run on this team, one of 4 who has.
Nova Lopez from the stretch deals the 1-2. Hit into right center. It'll fall for a base hit. Coming over is Harris. He knocks it down and gets it in, keeping Mendola over at first. Nice job by David Harris out there in right to prevent some extra bases.
Yeah, first hit here for the Red Wings going from Mendola. No chance for a diving play from Harris. Had to play that one on a hop. He mentioned sort of bounced off his glove, but didn't care him. We'll leave him at first. Mendola has 2 stolen bases. It's wonderful to see him run, but seen the regression on the base pass as well. Obviously, Gamble with 12, but pass really caught him off guard there.
So in steps Caden Coots, the catcher. This evening for the Red Wings, bats from the right side. 2 outs in the inning. Mendola off first. Pitch throws behind him. And Mendola will head to second. Nova Lopez lost control of that one. So 1-0. And the Red Wings have a guy in scoring position in John Mendola.
There's wild pitch number 1 there for Nova Lopez on the year, getting Mendola to second. All these runners have advanced via the stolen base, not including the sac fly, but something to worry about if you're Nova Lopez.
So behind 1-0 against Caden Coots. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, misses. Now 2-0. Coots, a bigger guy, big weight room guy. Gets after it in there. You can see it on the field. 6 foot, 220-pound catcher. Nova Lopez checks Mendola at second. Now delivers the 2-0 to Coots. Chopped fouled on the third baseline. Coots played in the Arizona Collegiate Wood Bat League the past 2 summers. Hit .486 in 16 games. Also experienced playing in the Prospect League, another summer league. Nova Lopez behind 2-1 to Caden Coots, the catcher for the Red Wings. Steals. Now 2-2. Coots cuts on and misses.
Let's look for that high fastball. Hadn't had the other people to bite, but Coots does. Now a 2-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mendola off second. Nova Lopez against Coots. 1 run already in the inning on 1 hit for the Red Wings. Nova Lopez works from the stretch, deals to the righty Coots. 2-2 outside. Misses. Now it'll be a full count pitch coming from Angel Nova Lopez.
Nova Lopez just really looking for a strikeout here. Just trying to get out of this inning and hopefully help him out as he gets to the second frame.
So it'll be a 3-2 pitch coming from Nova Lopez. 2 outs in the inning. Deals with full count pitch. Popped up behind home. Nick Pass ranging over by the Red Wings dugout, but it's going to fall out of play. So we'll do 3-2 all over again. Coots on the season, 13 games played, 12 hits, hitting .273, 44 at-bats, 7 RBIs, which is upwards of near the top of the team, actually 3rd on the team in RBIs behind the guy at second base and John Mendola and the guy already back in the dugout who ran around the bases and J.C. Gamble. Pitch from Nova Lopez. The 3-2 up and in. Second walk of the inning for the Red Wings. And now they got first and second with 2 outs.
Americans had 2 outs with no one on, but a single and a walk. With runners at first and second on an inning you wish should end a couple batters ago.
So in steps C.J. Arrigo, wears number 6, playing third base today for the Red Wings. Geneva, like I mentioned, wearing the all-whites. red, black, and white colors. Actually have a G on their right sleeve. Looks identical to the Green Bay Packer G. First pitch, chopped to third, fielded by Rowell. He'll jog over, step on third, beat Mendola to the bag. So in the inning, the Red Wings score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and leave 2 men left on base. And we've played a full inning here at McDonough Park, and the Red Wings take an early 1-0 lead against the Americans after some really aggressive base running from J.C. Gamble.
Really aggressive base running, and just Nova Lopez really struggling to find the zone. A couple huge outs from the Americans to leave it at 1. Attack by Weiss, throw by Rowell, play by Gismondi. Just want to have Nova Lopez get some outs here, easy outs. A lot of those counts had 3 balls, 3 full count pitches. Just want to cool down the pitch count here for Nova Lopez.
So you mentioned Derek Gismondi. He'll lead things off coming up against Caden Bro next here on the American Sports Network. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. Back here at McDonough Park, Derek Gismondi against Caden Bro. First pitch of the at-bat coming here from Bro. Down and away, misses ball number 1 with the fastball. Gismondi bats from the left side, playing center field today, made a nice diving catch. Last half an inning, the Red Wings ahead of the Americans 1-0. 1 out count coming to Derek Gismondi. Pitch from Bro in there, called strike number 1 with the slider. Bro, a guy that works from a 3/4 arm slot, working out of the full windup, really works from the far left side of the rubber. Deals a 1-1 to Gismondi outside, now 2-1.
We've really seen him look for that spot here, whether it's a left-handed hitter or a right-handed hitter, just on that left side of the zone. He's really probably got that start call 70% of the time here, so surely Gismondi's going to have to look for on the outside corner.
Bro deals a 2-1 inside, down and in, misses. Now 3-1. Gismondi on the summer, 342 batting average. Gets on base at a 500 clip, also a 500 slugging percentage. 1 double, 1 triple, 1 homer. So 1 of each of the extra base hits. It'll be a 3-1 to number 13. Pitch. All in there. Now 3-2. Looked a little high. Gismondi thought so, but gets the call. So 3-2 coming from Caden Bro to Derek Gismondi from Central Connecticut State. Now 3-2. Pitch to the left-hander. Down and in. Ball 4. So a leadoff walk. The Americans doing what they do best. Here to start things in the top half of the second, as Gismondi works a walk.
So let's make Gismondi does well. Double-digit walks, 13 now to 4 strikeouts. Only 1 stolen base on the year. Also been caught stealing as well, but Americans down 1. Let's see what they can do. And Gismondi's certainly a fast guy. We saw him run down that ball in center field.
Yeah, the Americans now second in the PGCBL in walks. That's number 148 on the season. Pitch to Weiss inside, ball number 1. Adam Weiss at the plate. First baseman tonight for the Americans, batting from the right side against the righty Bro. Gismondi off first. Count is 1-0 here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. Sun gone behind some clouds, but still an absolute scorcher. 87 degrees still here at 7 o'clock. Gismondi off first. There he goes. Pitch from Bro, low and away, misses for ball number 1. Pitch throw down from Coots is not in time. So Gismondi swipes the bag, first steal of the ball game for the Americans.
Lucas Sharana on Gismondi's second stolen base here. Now runner in scoring position. Single can tie this game up.
So Weiss quickly ahead 2-0. A really good hitter's count for the Americans' first baseman. Really nice play in the first inning on a pick. On a throw from Cooper Rowell at third. Jesmonti now off second. Count is 2-0 from Bro to Weiss at the plate. Pitch. Fastball low and away. Now 3-0. Weiss way ahead.
For those at first inning, was really dotting the zone here. Just went outside, opposite side of the plate, and just he made him work at the catcher position. A couple near wild pitches.
Weiss, the team lead in walks with 15 on the year, hitting .237, but gets on base at a .463 clip. Jesmonti off second. 3-0 pitch to Weiss, but Bro steps off and throws to second. Check on Jesmonti, make sure he's back. So again, it'll be a 3-0. Caden Bro, the starter today for the Geneva Red Wings, a right-hander. Pitches collegiately at Susquehanna University. 21 earned runs in 17 and two-thirds innings this past year. Misses low and away. So Adam Weiss works his team-high 16th walk of the year. So the Americans' first two guys on base, now first and second, with nobody out, and Anthony Savino coming to the plate.
A great pick there by Coots on that 3-0. He knew that wasn't going to be a strike at all, but able to keep Jesmonti from moving to third. Now first and second, still nobody out here for Savino, who was the walk-off runner in the game against Elmira 2 days ago.
He was indeed. Starting at shortstop today, Alex Glasscock, the game-winning bunt 2 days ago that scored Savino. No Glasscock in the lineup today. Pitch to Savino in there, called strike number one. Savino had a nice base hit to left field in game one of the doubleheader on Sunday. One of two Americans' hits in that game. Xander Clark, one of those other hits, the only other hit. But Savino now down 0-1 to Caden Bro. Adam Weiss off first, Derek Jesmonti off second. We're at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. No outs here in the top half of the second. Bro works from the stretch, checks on Jesmonti at second. Pitch to Savino, cracked down the first baseline. Sounded like Savino broke his bat, and he did. And he's upset about it. He'll walk back to the dugout and get a new piece of lumber.
I guess honestly broken a ton of bats there, and just that one, pretty good pitch is fouled off, but Savino now going to have to get used to this one here on an 0-2, and Savino, certainly something you struggle with is this strikeout. Really going to have to move the runners over here and put this ball in play on this 0-2.
So that bat is officially broken. Cooper Rowell doing a little Bo Jackson, snapping it right over his knee. Savino behind 0-2. Nobody out in the inning. Weiss off first, Jesmonti off second. Bro checks Jesmonti, now deals the 0-2 to Savino. Swung out and missed. Strike three gets Savino swinging for the first out of the inning.
Huge first out there. 3 strikeouts now. Bro. Runners don't move over first and second, as they'll bring up Favada with that huge hit in the Elmira win.
So Favada steps in from the right side. You're right, pinch hit single off the bench against the Pioneers, right up the middle, who he played for last summer. A little bit of revenge against his former team. Now steps in 0-0 first and second. One out here in the top half of the second. Jesmonti, big lead off second. There he goes. Throw down from Coots, not in time. Jesmonti swipes third, and Weiss into second. So a successful double steal for the Americans, and they got 2 runners in scoring position now.
The Americans team, runners at first and second, double steal. Certainly something we haven't seen a lot this year, but 2 runners now in scoring position. Ball gets away, but not enough for Jesmonti to score. Would have been out by a mile, but now a blooper can get Americans up by 1.
So the Red Wings will bring the infield in as well. Still only in the top of the second, but shows you how much the Red Wings have been struggling on offense this year. Here's the 1-0 to Favada. Swung on and fouled. Straight back. Favada all over that one. Favada wears number 23 for the Americans. On the season, just 2 hits. That single on Sunday against the Pioneers, and then a solo shot earlier this season. 1-1 count, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Favada. Outside. Gets the call right on the corner for Caden Bro. Now 1-2.
For strikeout number 4 here, Favada trying to put this in play. Already has 2 RBIs here. Could double that with a single.
Behind in the count, 1-2. Infield in for the Red Wings. Bro working from the windup to the righty. Favada deals. Fastball outside corner. Called strike 3. Favada shakes his head, but he's going back to the dugout for out number 2. A strikeout looking.
Same pitch, just looks to be a little bit off the zone, but huge second out here. So we have to Rowell to get these runners in.
So Rowell digs in from the right side. A really nice play in the first inning across the diamond. Pitch hit into center, right at the shortstop. Christopher Gonzalo. Looked like it was going to land up the middle for a base hit off the bat, but kind of fell. A little humpback liner right into the glove of Christopher Gonzalo for the third out of the inning. So the Americans get the first two runners on back-to-back walks, but they score no runs on no hits in the inning, no errors. 2 men left on base. The Red Wings coming to bat here in the bottom of the second on the American Sports Network. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a pitcher painting the outside corner. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. So the Red Wings ahead 1-0 here in the bottom half of the second at McDonough Park, home of the Geneva Red Wings and the Hobart College baseball team of the Liberty League, NCAA Division III. Plays here during the collegiate season. No Hobart players on the Red Wings as some rain starts to fall once again here at McDonough Park. Pitch from Nova Lopez, chopped to the left side of the infield. Savino plays on the backhand, throws on the run across his body. Pick it first by Weiss. How about Savino to Weiss for the first out of the bottom of the second? What a play from the hometown hero in Anthony Savino.
American infield once again, another great play. Savino, long way to run there. It'll flip it over. Bit of a tough play there from Weiss, but as always, pretty much perfect there. Another good pick for a huge first out.
Yeah, you say as always. Weiss has been nothing shy of perfect over there at first this year. Just an unbelievable athlete on the right side of the infield. First pitch from Nova Lopez. Outside corner, called a strike to Nick Filipponi, the left fielder for the Red Wings. Dylan Abbott grounding out to short to start the inning. Filipponi wears number 37. Bats from the right side here against the righty Nova Lopez. As, again, some more rain starts to fall. Outside corner gets the call. Now 0-2. Home plate umpire really giving that outside corner today.
Talking about how perfect Adam Weiss is. He is perfect. 1,000 fielding percentage, 82 of 82 on putouts. Certainly if there's a Golden Glove at first, that's your guy.
100%. Nova Lopez quickly ahead 0-2. Pitch outside, misses with the slider. That'll be 1-2 coming to Nick Filipponi. Filipponi, a Mansfield, New Jersey native, goes to school at Rider University in Lawrence Township, New Jersey. Nova Lopez works from the stretch, steals 1-2. Cut on and missed in the dirt. Good block from Pass. Filipponi will head to first, and Pass will throw him out on the strikeout. Drop third strike, so 2 outs now in the inning.
First strikeout for Nova Lopez. Wasn't pretty, but you got the out there. Quick first 2 outs compared to the first inning, or get the runner over to third, still no outs. Gonna go 1, 2, 3 in order.
So in steps Ben Buxton from Marysville, Ontario. Bats from the left side, the designated hitter today. Swings at the first pitch, pops it into left center. Jasmondi ranging over, calls off Ganschow, and hauls in the third out of the inning. So a really quick inning for Angel Nova Lopez. He nods to Will Cordero, says, I'm good. Like we mentioned, it was going to be a short outing, but it looks like Nova Lopez might go for the third inning now after such a short second.
Yeah, in that first inning, pitch probably around 20. This one probably closer to 10. So, yeah, 30 pitches. If he's feeling good, you got to ride that starter. I mean, Canuel was in like 100 in like the 7th inning, and they said, keep going, I feel good, and he was. So Noah Lopez feels good. Keep him going.
Absolutely, yeah. You look back to Sunday, Game 2, the Americans won at 8-7 in extras, and Mitchell Canuel went the distance, 133 pitches, and just pitched his heart out against the Pioneers, who came into that game ahead in the standings, and they lost at 8-7. I mean, you look at Mitchell Canuel, just pure guts out there on the mound. Had 7 strikeouts, no walks in 8 innings. Like I mentioned, 133 pitches, a season high for him and any Americans pitcher, as the rain really starts to fall now, really pouring out here at McDonough Park. Sun is shining now, too, as well. So, again, a little heat storm hopefully will pass here soon, as it's upwards of 88 degrees now. We've climbed a degree, and it is pouring rain at McDonough Park. We wish we could show you, but we're radio calling tonight. Caden Bro out there for his 3rd inning work for the Red Wings. Bro, a two-way player at Susquehanna University. Had 8 appearances on the mound, 4 starts, and like I mentioned, 21 earned runs in 17 2/3 innings. Had 13 strikeouts to 19 walks. And then hitting-wise, had 2 at-bats, 4 starts, 9 games played. So we're now in the top half of the 3rd, Nick Past will lead things off for the Americans, batting 10th this evening. Nick Past played in the game last summer, the last time these two teams met. In that game, Past went 0 for 1. Had an RBI, though, 2 walks and 2 runs.
That's 4 hits on the year, half of them homers.
First pitch from Bro in there, called strike number 1. Nice slider from Bro, works out of that 3/4 arm slot. We're now in the top of the 3rd. Pass digs in from the right side behind 0-1. Pitch from Bro. Inside corner gets the call. Now 0-2. Really pounding the zone here for Bro.
It's had that leadoff runner, able to do something here. Looking to get it again, but tough here for a pass on the 0-2.
Caught on and missed. Strike 3. Caden Bro really mowing down this Americans offense here through 2 1/3.
Faced 10 hitters, struck out 5 of them here. Big first out.
So that'll flip the lineup over, and Justin Gladfelter will dig in. He struck out looking in his first plate appearances back in the 1st. And, I mean, this home plate umpire really giving the outside corner, inside corner, but Bro dominating out there on the rubber for the Red Wings. First pitch to the righty, Gladfelter outside with the slider, misses. Now 1-0 to the Americans' second baseman. Gladfelter this year a .279 hitter. Gets on base at a .508 clip. Checks his swing there. He went around. Now 1-1.
5 strikeouts here for Bro. Highest was 7 in that complete game win against Newark. That was in 7 innings. Already has 5 and 2 1/3.
So Gladfelter, Bro, facing off here in the top half of the 3rd. 1-1 count, 1 out pitch. Up and out for ball 2. Yeah, Bro, one of those guys not super overpowering with the fastball, but able to work around hitters. Outside, misses now 3-1 against Gladfelter. Gladfelter on the year, 14 walks, which is 2 behind Weiss for the team lead. Rain's still coming down. Now it'll be a 3-1 pitch from Bro down the middle, so now 3-2.
Had a 3-1 count. Didn't like the pitch. Certainly nothing there. That one right down the middle. Certainly a pitch Gladfelter will want back as he went for the fastball. Full counter here. Gladfelter trying to get on base, not strike out for the 2nd straight time. Full
Bro
counter.
deals, swung on and missed. Gladfelter lets go of his bat towards the Americans' dugout, but that's strike number 3 nonetheless.
Struck him out twice. Now 6 Ks here. That ball that bat went flying. Ball just went right into the glove. Quick 2 outs here as the Americans got runners on, but not in this inning.
So here's David Harris digging in from the left side at a double the opposite field. His first at bat in the first inning, 1 for 1. Harris leads this team in batting average, .439 on the year. Harris hitting from the left side. Count is 0-0. 2 outs here in the top of the third at McDonough Park. Red Wings ahead 1-0. Pitch to Harris inside for ball number 1. Caden Coots behind the dish today for the Red Wings. Father Bill, an assistant coach for the Red Wings this summer. Harris ahead 1-0. Pitch from Bro. Chopped fouled on the first baseline. So Bill Coots was a professional catcher from 93 to 99. Spent some time with the Cubs, the Astros, the Royals, and the Rockies. Also some time in the minor leagues for the Padres. Served as a MLB scout, also an MLB PA certified agent. Father of the catcher today for the Red Wings. Bro deals low and away, now ball 2. So Harris quickly ahead 2-1. Some rain still falling. Pitch inside, now 3-1. Harris ahead. Good hitters count to the most consistent hitter this summer for the Americans.
Harris had 3 walks in that win against Elmira. Also had a single. He's got on base every time he wanted to, but those walks are pretty crucial here as he scored 3 runs.
Harris getting the start in the 2-hole tonight. Pitch 3-1 from Bro, caught on and missed. Now 3-2 coming to Dave Harris. Pitch would have been a strike either way, right on the outside corner. Fastball from Bro. Harris a little bit behind it. So it'll be a full count pitch, 2 outs here in the top half of the third. The righty Bro against the lefty Harris. 3-2 pitch. Outside corner, doesn't get the call. So a 2-out walk worked by David Harris.
Really close pitch there. We've seen that one go either way, but goes the way of Harris. He's on first base here with 2 outs. So it brings up Ganschow, struck out last time up.
So Harris now reached base safely in 6 straight plate appearances. Now digs in Matthew Ganschow. Ganschow struck out his first time. Up to the plate after a check swing slider. Harris off first. There he goes. Pitch swung on and fouled back from Ganschow. So Harris will have to head back to first as Ganshaw's now behind 0-1.
Harris was looking for stolen base number 7. Would have put him second on the team, but have to trot back to first. Would have been a close play. Pretty good jump.
Yeah, Harris, a guy that really can run, plays either corner of the outfield, also spent some time in center this summer. In right field tonight, pick off at first, Harris back sliding, in plenty of time though. Bro gets the ball back on the mound. The Red Wings all red hats. And then the all white jerseys, white pants. Harris now off of first, 0-1 pitch to Ganschow from Bro. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Ganschow in 2 at-bats here. It just looks a little tick off at the plate, I think, compared to when we've seen him all season. Really been a great hitter this summer, and so far tonight, really kind of swinging out of his shoes a little bit off at the plate so far.
Hasn't played in 3 days. Trying to get a little bit back into it, but...
Here's the 0-2 to Ganschow upstairs. Good take there from the Americans' left fielder. Yeah, that really can play a factor. You look at a doubleheader against the Pioneers, 14 innings, 2 7-inning games, and Ganschow was on the bench for both of them. Not really sure what the thought was there. Maybe something health-related could have been, but Ganschow back in the lineup today, hitting third. Here's the 1-2 from Bro. Outside, misses, now 2-2. Ganschow still looking for that first long ball of the season. 4 doubles and a triple. No homers, 8 strikeouts. David Harris off first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ganschow batting from the right side against the righty Bro. We're in the top half of the third. Red Wings lead 1-0. Here's Bro's pitch. Fouled straight back. Ganschow fights off that heater. So now it'll be a 2-2 pitch coming.
You know how much this team goes through Ganshaw with those 20 RBIs, looking to get on base.
So Ganshaw staying alive, 2-2 here with 2 outs. Harris off first. There goes Harris from first. Pitch outside. Coots' throw down to second. Not in time. A good tag from Gamble. A jump tag over at second. But Harris swipes the bag. Now the Americans have a runner in scoring position with Matt Ganshaw still at the plate. Count is full.
Good pitch to run on for Harris. I was wondering if he was going to steal on the pitch prior that Ganshaw fouled off. Another one there. Really got out, but there's still on base here for the Americans. Ganshaw looking to tie this with a single.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Harris off second. Deals to Ganshaw. Misses low. Another walk for the Americans.
First and second once again for the Americans. Second straight inning they've had that. So it's bringing up Zangardi.
Now batting number 3, Zangardi.
So here's Zangardi. Bats from the left side. His first at-bat. Flew out to center. Got one off the end of the bat in the first inning. Really quick first inning for Caden Bro. Now working a little bit longer here in the top half of the third. Ganshaw off first. Harris off second. Bro deals to the lefty Zangardi inside. Good block from Coots behind the dish. Now 1-0. Zangardi right behind Harris in batting average on the season. .439. 10 RBIs, which is tied for second on the season with Jackson Bauer, which is crazy enough half of Ganshaw's total on the season, who has 20. 1-0 pitch. Pick off to second. Harris slides back in time. Zangardi done some pitching in the past week. A southpaw out there on the rubber. But now finds himself in the designated hitter role today. Pitch fouled behind home. So now 1-1 to the left-hander. Jesmondi, a graduate of Dallas High School in Pennsylvania. Count is 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Ganshaw off first, Harris off second. Pitch to Zangardi. Hit to third. Fielded by Arrigo, and he steps on third for the third out of the inning. So in the inning, the Americans get no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 runners once again left on base. We've played 2.5. The Americans have left 5 guys on base and just 9 outs of offense, and they still trail the Red Wings 1-0. Nova Lopez headed back out there for his third inning of work, Ethan.
So far in this game, Nova Lopez thrown 31 pitches. That's where I said he was going to be around so far. So going in again, going to get another quick outing.
So the real question is, you wonder who's next for the Americans. Could be Zangardi. Hasn't thrown in a couple days.
Americans 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. That's just unacceptable.
Yeah, so early as well. You got so many chances and just haven't been able to bring guys around yet. Here tonight against the Red Wings. The Niagara Falls Americans are thankful for the continued support of Blaze Brockway Contracting, a family-owned general contracting and home improvement business serving the greater Elmira and Southern Tier region. In business for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway specializes in both interior and exterior renovation projects, from kitchen remodels to framing and custom cabinet installation to gutter and roof improvements. Blaze Brockway has you covered. Call 607-259-7607 for your construction and remodeling needs. So you're listening to the Americans and the Red Wings here on the Americans Sports Network, brought to you by Blaze Brockway. Here in the bottom half of the third, the Red Wings had 1-0 here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York, a little over 40 miles southeast of Rochester. Nova Lopez working from the stretch. First pitch upstairs, misses ball number 1 here in the bottom half of the third as Christopher Gonzalo leads things off. The shortstop wears number 1 for the Red Wings. 1-0 pitch from Nova Lopez. Fastball inside, now 2-0. Gonzalo from Park Ridge, Illinois, a teammate collegiately with his Geneva teammate Dylan Briggs at Montclair State in New Jersey. Nova Lopez behind 2-0 to Gonzalo. Deals to the Geneva 10 hitter. Low and away, now ball 3. Gonzalo bats from the right side, still behind. Nova Lopez behind 3-0. Fastball misses inside, so a leadoff walk for Christopher Gonzalo. That'll flip the lineup over for J.C. Gamble.
I really want to get your 10th man on, but Gonzalo reaches safely. No stolen bases here. It brings up Gamble, who walked his first time up.
So Weiss holding Gonzalo over there at first. There he goes. First pitch. Pass. Throw down to second. Not in time. Third stolen base of the game for the Red Wings. And somebody shouted from the Red Wings dugout free. It really seems like it. They're taking bags at free will.
Yeah, played it on a bounce as we hit off Gonzalez. Sorry, safe easily. So another runner in scoring position here. Lopez. No strikeout so far, but really like his catcher to help him out here when they're active on the base pass.
Nova Lopez works from the stretch with Gonzalo off second. Gamble bats from the left side. Pitch from Nova Lopez, low and away. Ball number 2, excuse me. So 2-0 against J.C. Gamble, who's the only run of the ball game so far today. Nova Lopez comes set, checks on Gonzalo at second. Inside leg move, fakes the throw back to Gonzalo, who retreats back to the second base. Gamble, a switch hitter, batting from the left side here against Nova Lopez. 2-0 count. Pitch. Outside. Now 3-0. 7 straight here to start the bottom of the third for Nova Lopez, who's fixing up the dirt mound after a little bit of rain fell. Now dry. Sun back behind some clouds here in Geneva, New York. Nova Lopez deals. There he goes from second to third. Throw down. Can't be stopped by Raul. It gets by him. So Gonzalo will come around to score on the E2 from Nick Past. And the Red Wings now lead 2-0 here in the bottom half of the third.
Nova Lopez, when he's coming off the mound in the bottom of the second, said, "I feel good," but he's already walked 2 batters here on 8 pitches and has a run score from a wild pitch, which is not his fault, but he had the runner get on.
So 2 straight walks. I mean, you wonder if somebody will get loose now for the Americans. We'll see. And Gamble off first, who's got 2 steals already tonight. There he goes, looking for number 3. Popped up into shallow right. Harris underneath it. Gamble headed back to first. Harris will throw it in, but not nearly in time. Gamble back. There's the first out of the inning.
Gamble was looking for stolen base number 3 there, and that high pop-up, after it was up there so high, certainly helped him out. No chance for Harris to complete the double play, but big first out there after that huge error from Past.
Yeah, pass to throw down to Raul just couldn't be handled. A little short. Not a great one, and Raul got by him. Pick off the first. Nova Lopez. Gamble back in time. Yeah, Gamble stole 2 bags in the first inning on 2 straight pitches. Looking to do so here in the bottom of the third. Leads this team in stolen bases with 14 on the year. Pitch from Nova Lopez. Cracked into left center. Ganschow working over his left. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And Gamble will head back to first. Nice play by Matt Ganschow to cover some ground out there in left field and make the second out of the inning.
Yeah, when that ball was hit, This one's hit really far, but just held up enough for Ganschow. 2 quick outs here.
Now batting number 28, John Mendola.
So in steps John Mendola, second on the team in RBIs for the Red Wings, batting fourth tonight. McGo retired on the pop-out. There goes Gamble off first. Bounce to first. Weiss fields and steps on first to end the bottom half of the third. So in the inning, the Red Wings score 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. The Red Wings now lead the Americans 2-0. We've played 3 complete here at McDonough Park. The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. Back here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York, the lake trout capital of the world and the northern gateway to the Seneca Wine Trail, as Derek Jesmondi will lead things off for the Americans. Here against Caden Bro. Pitch swung on and missed for strike number 1. Jesmondi reached base safely in his first plate appearance and then stole second. Bro at 0-1. Jesmondi hits that one on the left field line. It'll fall for a base hit. Jesmondi will round first and stop there, as Filipponi does a good job getting it in. But Jesmondi a leadoff single.
Okay, doesn't get a double like Harris, but gets on safely. Now, for safely, both times up. Americans have a leadoff runner here. For already stranded 5. Try not to strand Jesmondi here. So they'll bring up Weiss.
So Weiss walked in his first at-bat in the second, then stole second on the double steal with Jesmondi, who stole third. Jesmondi now off first, pickoff. Jesmondi back standing, a close play. If you're an Americans fan, you probably would have hoped that Jesmondi was back in dirty there, but he made it. You know, coming to Weiss from Caden Bros out there for his 4th inning work. Pick off the first once again. Now Jesmondi back in dirty after back-to-back pickoffs. The Red Wings playing in double play depth up the middle. Pitch to Weiss. Upstairs, misses. Now 1-0. Christian Mikulski getting loose in the Americans' bullpen. Known for playing third base this year. Going to take his talents out into the mound, it looks like. Jesmondi off first. A short lead. There he goes. Pitches a ball. Throw it down from Coots. High. And have to be grabbed by Christopher Gonzalo, the shortstop, saving it from getting into center. So Jesmondi swipes his second bag of the day.
Stolen base there from Jesmondi. Both catchers really struggling so far. Haven't caught anyone yet. Jesmondi now tripled his total from 1 now to 3. Runner in scoring position 2-0 for Weiss.
Neither team really steals a whole lot of bases. The Americans came into tonight 9th in the PGCBL in steals with 44. Pitch to Weiss, outside, misses. Now 3-0. 44 steals on the air for the Americans. And Geneva, 8th with 47. So neither team really near the top in stolen bases, more in the middle. But so far tonight, that hasn't been the case. So it'll be a 3-0 pitch to Adam Weiss. Jesmondi off second. That one's in there, and it misses upstairs. Looks pretty good from the press box, but home plate umpire called ball 4.
Well, once again, Weiss walks on 4 pitches here. Americans looking to get runners in.
So in steps Anthony Savino. And a nice play at shortstop earlier in this one. Now bats from the right side. First and second, nobody out. That was the case the last time Savino was up as well, but struck out swinging. He's got a new bat as well. Broke his wood bat the last at bat. First pitch, Savino squares around a bunt, pulls back. It's a ball.
Americans had first and second, nobody out. You mentioned Savino striking out on 3 pitches. Case here with the ball 1, and then they stole second and third. Favada struck out, and then the line out from Rowell. Americans looking to not have a ground out day situation here and get some runners in.
Yeah, definitely a bunt situation. First and second, nobody out. We're in the top half of the 4th. The Americans have yet to get a run across the board, across the plate. We have 1-0 coming from Bro. Savino squares around a bunt, gets it down, but it's going to go fouled on the first baseline for strike number 1. Savino clearly frustrated with himself.
Savino scored on a bunt in that win against Elmira on the shortstop Glasscock. Now he's in shortstop position trying to move these runners over on a 1-1.
Caden Bro asking for a new baseball. Gets it from the home plate umpires. The sun now starts to set here at McDonough Park, home of the Red Wings. Red Wings joined the PGCBL in 2016. Bro, the 1-1 to Anthony Savino. Not bunting, misses upstairs. Now 2-1. Savino ahead in the count. You wonder, now will they bunt or turn Savino loose? A good hitter's count.
Depends if he likes the pitch he sees.
First and second. Nobody out. It's Weiss off first. It's Jesmondi off second. Savino, an open stance on the right side. Bro working from the stretch. Deals the 2-1 to Savino. Swung on and missed. Now 2-2. Nice slider down at the bottom of the zone. Savino swung right through it.
Wonderful to see him go back to the bunt. Just has to put it fair here. Don't want to strike out on a bunt. That would be huge first out.
It'll be a 2-2 from Caden Bro to Anthony Savino. Jesmondi dancing off second. Bro checks him back, deals. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And it's 2 strikeouts for Anthony Savino. He's down on strikes for the first out of the top half of the 4th.
One down here for Bro. Still has to deal with Favada, potentially Rowell. Favada also struck out on 4 pitches.
So Vinny Favada digging in after really not playing for a couple weeks. Got a pinch hit in Sunday's doubleheader, and he gets a start tonight. Inside leg move to second, and J.C. Gamble tags Jesmondi, but not nearly in time. Jesmondi back in plenty of time at second. Jesmondi, a nice catch in center field early in this game in the first inning to save a couple bases. He's at second. Weiss is at first. Pitch. Favada smokes that one into left. It'll fall for a base hit and get by Filipponi in left. Jesmondi will come around to score. Here comes Weiss being waved home. Weiss has got to go. The relay throw from Gonzalo. It's in time. And Coots drops it at home. So Weiss scores on the play. And it's a 1-out, 2-run double for Vinny Favada and makes it a 2-2 ball game here at McDonough Park.
He's smacked by Pavada. We talked about it. Was looking for a single to double his RBI total. Does those two, and then on the throw advances to third. So look at Vinny. I mean, has a single on the year, a triple on the year, now a home run on the year. Tied this game up. More importantly,
Good relay throw from Gonzalo at short. But that'll tie the ball game. Pavada got to third on the throw home. As Cooper Rowell digs in, the infield in for the Red Wings. That one misses upstairs. Now 1-0. I thought he had him. Gonzalo, a really nice throw from short left field. Strong arm. Here's the 1-0 to Rowell. In there. Called strike one. Rowell a little upset with the call.
we saw Weiss go all out there to try and score. Cordero didn't even think about it to send him in.
1-1 to Rowell. Cut on and missed. Now 1-2. So Bro ahead in the count 1-2, 1 out in the inning. We're in the top half of the fourth. Score tied 2-2. A big at-bat here for Cooper Rowell. Needs to put this one in play. Give Vincent Favada a chance to score from third. Infield in for the Red Wings. Here's the 1-2. Rowell flies it to right field. Not super deep. Connor McGough. See if Favada will test him. And he'll just draw the throw. A missile from right from McGough. And Favada's got to stay at third. Now 2 outs in the inning. Here comes Nick Past.
You saw Favada seeing, going to check on the throw, and talked about Rowell wanting to put this ball in play, but not enough there as that one just hitting the shallow right.
So the infield will back up to normal depth. Nick Past digs in from the right side against Bro, who's working from the windup. Pitch outside, misses 1-0. Past 0 for 1, struck out swinging last inning in the third. The Americans 2 runs in the inning on 1 hit. Also a walk and a stolen bag for Derek Jesmondi, who started it all with a base hit to left. Here's the pitch to Past. Misses outside. Now 2-0. Good hitters count for the Americans' power hitting catcher, batting 10th today.
Past trying not to strike out as well, and if he doesn't, bring up Gladfelter here with 2 outs.
Pitch from Bro up and in. Coots drops it right behind him. Favada scores. Vincent Favada scores on the wild pitch. And now 3-0 count, and the Americans take a 3-2 lead.
Something you can't do, have a runner score from third on a wild pitch. The Americans have seen that go on both ways for them. And then Bro, as I mentioned, just Bro doesn't really throw a lot of wild pitches. That big one there.
Yeah, it looks like Coots mishandled it a little bit up and in. Pass takes that one for strike number 1. Now 3-1, still good hitters count for the Americans' backstop for today. Pitch to Pass, checks his swing, but it's a strike called. Now 3-2. Hot day to be back behind the plate. Now 86 degrees here at 7:45 p.m. Pitch 3-2 from Bro outside, misses. Walks past. So the Americans will flip the lineup over, and Justin Gladfelter will step into the box. Red Wings will take a mound visit here at McDonough Park. Remember that Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino is the official casino of the Niagara Falls Americans baseball team. Thank you Seneca, Niagara Resort and Casino. So some action in the Red Wings bullpen. Tommy Sheets getting loose. A-plus name, if you ask me. Bro works from the stretch, deals to Gladfelter, who squares around a bunt. Snap throw to first. Pass back in sliding. Pitch was called a ball. Gladfelter pulling around a bunt, looking for a bunt for a hit here with 2 outs in the inning. Done it before this season, but been a couple games. So passed off first, 2 outs in the inning. Americans lead 3-2. Pitch to Gladfelter outside. Now 2-0. Gladfelter didn't play in game 1 of the doubleheader, but back out there for game 2. Came around to score in the 7th, excuse me. To make it a 1-run ball game as he takes that one outside. Now 2-1. Just played 7 innings on Sunday in the doubleheader against Elmira, and Gladfelter's run there in the bottom of the 7th proved to be huge, as Zangardi's double that scored Harris tied the game. Passed off first, 2-1 to Gladfelter, misses upstairs. Now 3-1. We're in the top half of the 4th. 3 runs already in on 2 hits for the Americans. A couple of walks as well. Pick off the first, pass back in sliding. Diving. It'll be a 3-1 pitch coming to Gladfelter. Really good hitter's count for the American second baseman.
We've talked about Bro can certainly throw strikes, but also plenty of balls as well. 19 strikeouts to 18 walks, 7 strikeouts here.
There goes pass for second. Pitch is thrown on, called a strike, and pass swiped second without a throw. How about Nick Pass swiping second there to get a runner in scoring position. So a base hit from Gladfelter here can score a run and make this a 2-run game. Kind of catching the Red Wings sleeping. 3-2 count, 2 outs in the inning. Bro deals to Gladfelter. In there, called strike 3. Gladfelter down on strikes for the 3rd time today. But the Americans score 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. And they've got the lead as the Red Wings are coming to bat here in the bottom of the 4th on the American Sports Network. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank TLC Pet Food for their continued support. Specializing in nutrient-dense recipes, TLC Pet Food offers dog and cat food with fresh ingredients and added probiotics. Find the whole life dog and cat formulas for your furry friend at tlcpetfood.com. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka Insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a pitcher painting the outside corner. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. So it'll be 5, 6, 7 coming up for the Red Wings here against Angel Nova Lopez, who's back out there here in the 4th. Surely this is the last inning for Nova Lopez, who said pre-game that he wasn't going too deep into the game today. A short, quick spot start for Nova Lopez was what was supposed to happen, but now out here in the 4th.
He's only at 41 pitches, though, Tom, compared to 90 for Bro. Albeit, I've already played 1 more inning.
So Caden Coots will lead things off at McDonough Park. Decent crowd here for a Tuesday evening. Nova Lopez steps on the rubber, gets ready to deal to Caden Coots, who is 0 for 0 today. Walked back in the first. Pitch from Nova Lopez. Outside corner misses. For ball number 1. Coots, a little bit of a journey collegiately. Played for Ottawa University of Arizona, an NAIA school, in his freshman season. Pitch fouled back. Didn't appear in a game there, then committed to Southwestern Illinois, but transferred to Ottawa. Now is going to play at Yavapai College in Prescott, Arizona, Division I JUCO. Number 10 catcher in his high school class in the state of Arizona all the way back in 2023. Pitch to Coots outside, so technically an academic senior in the fall, but attending Yavapai, which is a junior college. Nova Lopez behind 2-1 against Coots. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Americans lead 3-2. Pitch from Nova Lopez outside. Gets the call. That one about a full ball off the plate. Home plate umpire really giving that corner today. Now 2-2.
Americans will take it.
Coots bats from the right side. Neutral stance in the box. Nova Lopez deals a 2-2. Slider outside. Almost gets Coots swinging, but he stops himself.
Geneva's gotten that leadoff runner on 2 of 3 times. Nova Lopez trying to make it 3 of 4.
Now 3-2 pitch coming to Nova Lopez. Pitch upstairs. That's ball 4. Caden Coots, a leadoff walk for the Red Wings. So in steps C.J. Arrigo.
Number 6, C.J.
Arrigo wears number 6 from Wayne, New Jersey, another Susquehanna University guy. Struggled with the K this year, 29 strikeouts, so just 20 walks at Susquehanna. Pitch from Nova Lopez inside, called strike number 1.
Nova Lopez perfect 500 strike percentage. Feels like every pitch ball. Next one's a strike. Feels like it really goes back and forth here. For a big strikeout here with leadoff runner on for the 3rd time.
So Coots off first. Nova Lopez ahead 0-1 against Arrigo. Pitch hit into left, but going to be foul. Hit well, but a little bit out in front for Arrigo for the 2nd strike of the at-bat. Nova Lopez working from the stretch. Arrigo bats from the right side. An open stance for number 6. He's 0 for 1 today. Bounced to 3rd back in the 1st inning. Nova Lopez checks on Coots at first. Delivers. Outside. Off a past his glove, but right in front of him. Able to scoop it up, and now 1-2.
Lopez still looking for his 2nd strikeout here. He's got him where he wants him on this one, too.
So we're in the bottom half of the 4th. Count is 1-2. Americans lead the Red Wings 3-2. 3 hits for the red, white, and blue to 1 for the Red Wings. Here's the 1-2 from Nova Lopez outside. Good stop from past again. Now 2-2. Arrigo at Susquehanna this past year. Started in all 38 games he played. Hit .276, 35 hits, 5 doubles, 4 triples, and a homer. Also had 25 RBIs. So Nova Lopez and Arrigo. Count is even 2-2. 1 out pitch. Hit into left. Going back towards the wall. If it stays fair, it could be gone, but it's going to go foul. Now 2-2.
Similar dimensions McDonough Park compared to Sal Magley, 320 to left, 325 to right. A little bit shallow, more of a center at 400. So certainly something Ganshaw's he's played similar to this here, where he is, and that one just able to move foul.
Yeah, just dealing with the natural grass instead of the artificial turf like Sal Magley. Here's the 2-2 from Nova Lopez. Hit into left, right at Rowell. Snags it, throws across the diamond, not in time. But Rowell makes a nice leaping catch at third to rob Arrigo of a base hit to left field where that ball was headed for the first out of the bottom half of the fourth.
First out there, tried to double him up. It was a long throw, able to get back in time, but big first out here for the Americans.
Here's Dylan Abbott, the extra hitter today, hitting sixth. One out in the inning. Nova Lopez a pitch away from getting out of the fourth here unscathed. First pitch of the at-bat in there called strike number one to Abbott. Abbott 9 games this year, batting .300 for the Red Wings. 5 walks as well. Only 3 strikeouts. Nova Lopez deals the 0-1. Chopped to short, fielded by Savino. Flips on to second for one. On to first. A double play. A 6-4-3 inning ender for the red, white, and blue. And they lead 3-2 coming to bat here in the bottom of the fourth.
We've talked about those double play issues for the Americans. Taylor made one there. Couldn't have been easier for Savino. Gladfelter, good flip. Another good pick by Weiss as well. Americans get another scoreless inning. Trying to tack onto this lead here as we head to the top of the fifth.
So we'll head to the top of the fifth. Caden Bro working now in his 5th inning for the Red Wings. The Americans coming to bat here on the American Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a pitcher painting the outside corner. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics.
Back here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. Caden Bro back out there for his 5th inning of work. David Harris will take in. Reached both times today. The Americans ahead 3-2. Pitch outside for ball number 1. We're now in the top of the 5th. Here at McDonough Park. Harris batting from the left side against Bro. 1-0 pitch. Inside, almost hits him. Now 2-0. Geneva and the Americans, owned by an ownership group that owns a couple more teams apiece, as that one misses inside. Now 3-0. Geneva owned by Bob Oman and his wife Leslie, who also own the Auburn Doubledays and the Newark Pilots, whereas the Americans owned by Robbie Nichols and his wife Nellie. They also own the Elmira Pioneers and the Batavia Muck Dogs. There's ball number 4 to David Harris.
Certainly a lot less travel between those 3 teams compared to Elmira, Batavia, and Niagara, but David Harris will reach for the 3rd straight time. So far, seven at-bats has reached times in a row. I mean, That's what this guy does, and that's why obviously the best hitter. Certainly it's a threat to steal again as it brings up Ganschow.
Ganschow 0 for 1 today, struck out swinging in the first and walked back in the third. Harris off first. Bro. There goes Harris. Pitch is called a strike. Throw down to Harris is high. Harris will head for third. The throw in from Briggs from center field. Not picked at third by Arrigo. And have to be picked up by Caden Bro. So Coots' throw went into center field. Going to be called an E2 on the steal. And Harris able to get from first to third on the play.
Coots has just really struggled throwing guys out. They haven't even been really that great at throws. They're always high. You'd rather have them low because you can play them on a bounce. These high ones, he's had to back them up a couple times at short. And now Ganschow's at third, only on one pitch.
So the Red Wings bring the infield in. Pitch to Ganschow. Fastball upstairs. Swung on and missed. Ganschow quickly behind 0-2. Again, looks just a little bit off at the plate after a couple days off. Ganschow now takes a deep breath, heads back into the box behind 0-2. Just needs to get this ball in play somewhere hard. Here's the 0-2. Outside, misses now 1-2.
Harris right on third. Doesn't want to be doubled up because we talked about hard hit ball, but you don't want it to be a line out. Americans on the wrong way to double play a couple times by the line out.
Pitch to Ganschow. Low and outside. Now 2-2. Ganschow working a good at bat here in his third plate appearance of the night. Ganschow going to be a sophomore at Niagara University in the fall. Division I school in the MAAC. Pitch. Fastball just misses. Now 3-2. Mikulski warming for the Americans in the bullpen. Tommy Sheets warming for the Red Wings.
It's going to be pitch 100 here.
Here's the 3-2 to Ganschow. Inside, misses. Ganschow works his second walk of the game. Battles all the way back down 0-2 and works the walk. And looks like that could be it for Caden Bro here in the top half of the fifth.
If that is his final pitch, which it will be. Final line, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 being earned, 8 walks to 8 strikeouts. So really shows that he can go both ways. But if it is going to be Sheets, it's going to have a big task for him. First and third, nobody out.
Yeah, so first and third, nobody out. Dom Zangardi coming to bat here in the top half of the fifth against new pitcher Tommy Sheets.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs.
So Tommy Sheets steps on the bump. Coming in here, relief for the Red Wings. Coming on in relief. Sheets on the year. This will be his 6th appearance, 6 2/3 innings. Giving up 5 earned runs, 7 runs total. Good for a 6.75 ERA. 5 walks to 5 strikeouts as well for Sheets. So the Americans lead 3-2 here at McDonough Park, and they've got an opportunity to tack on to that lead here in the top half of the fifth. The last time these two teams met all the way back in July of last year, the Americans won that one 17-6. at Sal Magley Stadium. They played 4 times last summer. 2 of them were Mercy Rule victories for the Americans. Both Mercy Rule victories actually came at Sal Magley Stadium. The Americans weren't able to pull off any Mercy Rule victories here at McDonough Park. Sheets, a sidearm guy, wears number 33 for the Red Wings, all the way from Ladera Ranch, California. Plays his collegiate ball at Pitt Greensburg, who had a tough year after they lost their center fielder to a torn ACL, an All-American at Pitt Greensburg. So Sheets on the mound now after 5 appearances at Pitt Greensburg this year. Ganchow off first, Harris off third. Zangardi digs in. 0-0 count, nobody out. First pitch to Zangardi in there for strike number 1.
Sheets the guy sort of used in spurts. Came in the 6th and the 7th inning. Pitched 6th and the 7th of June. So came in the 16th, then came in the 23rd and the 27th. So 3 appearances in a week here for Sheets.
Ganchow off first. Sheets checks him. There he goes. Pitch outside, misses. Coots pumps the throw. Ganchow swipes the bag.
No force out now, but used him 2 straight days, then didn't use him for 9 days, and then now used him for the 3rd time. Came in that game against Newark when they were down. Pitched 2 innings, didn't allow a hit, only 1 walk, and had 4 strikeouts. So did what he needed, but Geneva couldn't come back. Now in a big spot here, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out in the 1-1.
So ducks on the pond for the Americans. The infield in for the Red Wings. They lead 3-2 here against Geneva. 3-1 for the Americans, 2-1 for Geneva. Zangardi bats from the left side. Here's the 1-1 from Sheets. Fouled behind home. Zangardi now down 1-2.
We might have caught that if I was in Jamestown.
Could have been. Dietrich Park press box is way up high, so a left-handed hitting Zangardi hits those foul balls awful close to the press boxes up high at Dietrich Park. But we're at McDonough Park. Lower press box. Now 1-2 coming to Zangardi. Pitch from Sheets. Misses down. Good take from the Niagara U freshman. And it'll be a 2-2 coming to DZ. Zangardi wears number 3 for the Americans. 2nd on the team in batting average. Been a really consistent hitter all year long. Here's the 2-2 to Zangardi inside. Called strike 3. A big strikeout for Tommy Sheets. And Zangardi down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Another pitch that Sheets will take. Zangardi looked to make it a full count, but ump says no. Huge first out.
So in steps Derek Jesmondi. Had a base hit to lead off last inning, the 4th. A little blooper down to left field. That landed. Scorebook said it was 120 off the bat. Just a pop single. Swung on and missed for strike number 1.
I believe it.
Now behind 0-1, Adam Weiss on deck for the Americans. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Jesmondi at the plate. Bats from the left side against the righty Sheets. Infield in for the Red Wings. Pitch. Hot shot to first. Off the glove of Mendola. 1 run is in. Ganchow getting the wave home, and he'll score. It's a 2-run base hit for Derek Jesmondi, and the Americans extend their lead 5-2 here in the top half of the 5th.
Another huge hit here for the Americans. Just off the glove there and just trickled right where you want it. Didn't go that far, just right onto the edge of the outfield, but able to score on both. Americans, 2 straight innings with runs. And that's why they're up 5-2.
That's a big hit for a big player in Jesmondi, who's been really good for this team this summer. 2 hits tonight and a walk. Jesmondi really playing well this summer and tonight. Here's Adam Weiss. Jesmondi almost picked off at first. Got caught leaning, but is back in time. Jasmati thought it was a balk from Sheets, it looks like. Maybe picked up his left leg first. Sheets all teeth right now, smiling. Being 0-0 to Weiss. Cuts on and misses for strike one. One out here in the top of the fifth. 0-1 count to Adam Weiss. Jasmati off first. Pitch. Popped up on the edge of the infield dirt. Mendola working back. Called out by J.C. Gamble, who hauls it in for the second out of the inning. Nice play by the Geneva second baseman as Weiss will trot back to the dugout.
Weiss annoyed with himself there. Knows the end of the bat. 2 quick outs. Savino going to put the ball in play as he struck out twice.
Yeah, Savino had a tough day at the plate so far. 0 for 2, 2 Ks. Just has not been great. Americans lead by 3 now. 4 hits on the day for the red, white, and blue. Jasmati off first. Pickoff. He's back in. Diving. Mendola flips it back to Tommy Sheets. Sheets makes it to the majors one day. Can get a little sponsorship deal with Sheets. The gas station would be a good good lineup.
He's got to get out of this inning first.
There goes Jasmati for second. Fouled down the third baseline by Savino. Spelled differently, though. Sheets like sheets of paper, not Sheets the gas station with a Z, but still, same name.
Jasmati with only had 1 stolen base, looking for stolen base number 4 here. Probably would have got it safely. Cordero just really wants to have him steal bases, and it's honestly worked.
Yeah, 6 steals on the day for the Americans already. We're only in the top half of the 5th. Savino bats from the right side, down 0-1 against Sheets. Jasmati out first, 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Cut on and miss. Now strike 2. Savino quickly behind 0-2.
Savino can make those nice plays, but just really struggles to put the ball in play here. Saw the same thing with Michael Gardner in that game against Elmira. He's able to get a couple RBIs, but also made a couple of huge errors. Savino just want to put the ball in play here, even with 2 outs.
Savino behind 0-2. Jasmati off first. Good lead. Sheets checks him. Delivers the pitch to Savino. Hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Anthony Savino, a 2-out single. And the Americans have first and second now in the top half of the 5th. Savino making Sheets work to get out of this.
Savino put enough on that ball, able to get it into center field. Now first and second. Big spot here for Favada, and he already has done it before. Already has a 2-run double on this game, advance to third on the triple. Going to blow this game open here. Already 2 runs already came in.
Good to see Savino get a hit after 2 tough at-bats early on in this game, 2 strikeouts. But a nice ground ball up the middle. Hit him where they ain't. Savino off first, Jasmati off second. Vinny Favada digs in. Pitch from Sheets. Outside corner gets the call with the slider. Favada throws up his hands like, man, I thought that was outside.
A lot of these pitches they've thought have been outside. I think it's something you're just going to have to take when you go into the batter's box. All right, I'm going to have to be a little more wary on those outside pitches. I'm going to have to examine my zone as the ump has as well.
It's going to be an 0-1 from Tommy Sheets to Favada. Pitch outside, misses. Vinny Favada from Syosset, New York. And Sheets all the way from California. 2 opposite sides of the country facing off in 1 at-bat. Sun really starting to set here at McDonough Park. 5-5-1 for the Americans, 2-1-1 for the Red Wings. 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. 2 runs already in for the Americans. First and second, Sheets deals. There goes Jasmati for third. Kutz's throw. It's in plenty of time. Tags applied, and Jasmati is thrown out trying to steal third. For the 3rd out of the inning, Jasmati shakes his head. Looks like he got under the slide, under the tag, but called out by the base umpire.
It's a tough spot for the umpire because he's behind Jesmondi. So best throw we've seen all day here. Call him out. Been second and third as he was still waiting to come in. As looks like Nova Lopez isn't going to come in. We're going to do arm. We go to the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, so Jesmondi caught stealing. Favada gets his bat taken out of his hands with a runner in scoring position in Derek Jesmondi. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Americans, and Christian Mikulski, who's got one appearance on the year, and it was a third of an inning. Shown to be very wild out there on the mound. A natural-born third baseman going to take over for Nova Lopez here at McDonough Park.
The Niagara Falls Americans
To Greater Together Credit Union for sponsoring the Americans this season. Greater Together Credit Union offers personalized banking services, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts to anyone who lives, works, or attends school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com, or you can stop by one of their 2 Western New York locations, 2901 Military Road in Niagara Falls or 160 Ward Road in North Tonawanda, where you'll find support for all of your banking needs. So Mikulski on the bump now for the Americans. Like I mentioned, just a third of an inning on the year, Ethan, and in that inning, a wild pitch.
Yeah, it was only through 2 pitches, a wild pitch, and it was on a guy who's swinging at everything. Second pitch was out of the zone, popped out, so that game really didn't matter. Americans are down by a ton, but Mikulski up by 3, but going to have a pretty good inning after pretty good solid 4 innings from Nova Lopez.
So Mikulski deals the 0-0 to Filipponi, who checks his swing and fouls it back. Good sight for the Americans. If Mikulski's going to be around the zone, that's definitely something that's a positive. Filipponi, the 8-hitter tonight for Geneva, plays left field. Mikulski working from the windup, deals the 0-1. Fastball outside, just misses. Bought a ball off the plate, which the umpire has been giving, but Mikulski doesn't get it right there.
Yeah, felt like that's been their spot. Mikulski won't get it.
Pitch to Mikulski, and he drills Filipponi. First hit by pitch of the game.
First hit by pitch from Filipponi, wears it well, but talked about that wild aspect of Mikulski. So far, already hit a batter.
Yeah, not much experience on the mound for Christian Mikulski. Proving here early. Here's Ben Buxton, the designated hitter today. Flew out to center in his last time up back in the 2nd inning. We're now in the bottom of the 5th. There goes Filipponi for second. Passes, throw down. It's a good one. Picked by Savino, but not in time. Another stolen base for the Red Wings. So far tonight, we've really seen a lot of stolen bases from either side, which coming into tonight, neither one did really incredibly well. Pitch to Buxton gets bypassed, so now Filipponi will move up another 90 feet on the wild pitch.
6 pitches, 2 pitches already at third once again. So where's that gamble in the first? Mikulski just really needs to calm it down here. Obviously, 3 runs is 3 runs, but you want to get them right back into it.
The Americans will bring the infield in. They're up by 3 runs. Now they'll trot back out, the middle at least. And Buxton follows that one behind home. So the entire Americans infield came in originally, but now the middle, Savino and Gladfelter, will retreat back to their normal depth. Raul Weiss in at the corners, though. Ben Buxton played 2 seasons at Monroe Community College in Rochester, New York, about 48 miles southeast of Geneva. Now committed to Georgian Court for his next collegiate year. That one misses upstairs, now 3-1. Buxton in 2 years at Monroe CC. Played 33 games at 18 starts. A .233 batting average with 14 RBIs. Mikulski deals the 3-1 to Buxton, fouled off towards the Americans' dugout, now 3-2. So it'll be a 3-2 pitch coming to Buxton from Mikulski. The Americans lead 5-2. Mikulski deals, swung on and missed, strike 3. A big K for Christian Mikulski, his first of the game and first of the season.
Yeah, first of the season there, couldn't have come at a bigger time. Rio County able to work it to a full count. Just goes on that inside high fastball. Ate him up, and now big first out here, but still a long ways to go.
Here's Christopher Gonzalo. Had a nice relay throw earlier in this game from shortstop, but ended up not getting it as that one gets bypassed, and Filipponi will come around to score, so suddenly it's a 5-3 lead now for the Americans, and Geneva's first run since the first inning.
Talked about him being wild already too. That's how he got to third, and that's how he got home. So you know, don't have to worry about the runner anymore, but gotta figure it out here is Mikulski.
Now 1-0 pitch from Mikulski. Gonzalo squares around a bunt, takes a strike from Mikulski. Mikulski working from the windup now with nobody on base. Deals the 1-1 to Gonzalo upstairs, now 2-1. Gonzalo on the year, .212 hitter this summer. Cracks that one into left field. Fading foul. Ganschow, a long run, and he can't get there. Now 2-2.
You know, he tried a long way to run there. Just waiting to win for the sliding play as it fell about a couple feet in front of him.
Good hustle from Ganschow. Now we'll trot back out to the Casella sign in left field, who sponsors another team in the Geneva Red Wings. Mikulski deals, fastball. That one's hit up the middle. Savino can't get there, and it's a one-out single for the 10-hitter of the Red Wings, Christopher Gonzalo.
It's already gotten out of an inning via the double play ball here. Would love it here. Hitting up over Mikulski. Now the tying run will come up.
In steps J.C. Gamble. Has had himself quite a day today. 2 walks, 2 steals. Gonzalo, a good lead, and takes off for second as Mikulski throws it past Nick Past at home. And Gonzalo will get to second on the wild pitch, but he was taking second either way.
Mikulski now runner in scoring position. As we mentioned, the tying run play. It's really got to calm it down here. Can't be pitching like this. The score only 5-3.
So now the third wild pitch of the evening for Mikulski as he deals. Gamble fouls that one back. So we're in the bottom of the 5th here at McDonough Park. The Americans ahead 5-3, 5 runs on 5 hits versus 3 runs on 2 hits from the Red Wings. Gamble in the box. Mikulski deals cracked foul. Out of play down the third baseline, so Mikulski now ahead 1-2. The Americans still have to piece together 12 outs the rest of this game, and nobody warming. Looks like Mikulski is really going to have to do a bulk of that work. Mikulski working from the stretch. Deals the 1-2, fouled. Gamble putting together a good at-bat here for the Red Wings. Gamble from Selden, New York, plays at Florence Darlington Technical College in South Carolina, a Division I junior college. Pitch to Mikulski. Popped up into shallow center. Savino ranging out. It'll fall in front of Jesmondi. He'll play it on a hop, get it in to Gladfelter at second. And now runners at the corners for the Red Wings with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 run already in, and they're really threatening.
First and third now. Double can tie this game. Just Lopez, great outing. You go to Mikulski, is really struggling. That big out from the strikeout, but looking for a double play here.
So Briggs will dig in for the Red Wings. Briggs 0 for 2 today. Bounced to the third, back in the first, and flew out to right in the third as Will Cordero will call time and walk out, talk things over with Christian Mikulski.
No one in the pen. Really wonder who they'd opt to go for, but just not really confident in Mikulski here. It's Cordero talking to him and past.
Will Cordero, a 14-year MLB player, debuted in 1992 with the Montreal Expos, played with 6 different teams, a career .273 hitter, over 1,100 hits, 122 home runs, won a 1994 Silver Slugger Award and All-Star. Played with the Expos the most, but also spent time with the Red Sox, the White Sox, the Cleveland Indians, then the Pirates, the Marlins, and the Nationals. Also coaches in the Puerto Rican Roberto Clemente Professional Baseball League. He'll head back to the dugout as Mikulski now pitching with runners at the corners. Gamble off first. He takes off, pitches outside, past a diving stop. Gamble stopped in his tracks, so he's going to head back to first. Looked like he was going for the steal, but stops. Be shocked if he doesn't go here, though. Gamble, a really aggressive base runner. 2 steals on 2 pitches in the first. Mikulski will step off. 1 out in the inning. Mikulski 1 pitch away from getting out of this if he can get a ground ball. Pitch to Briggs. There goes Gamble. Hit into left. Not deep. Ganchow coming on. Gonzalo will tag from third. Ganchow long throw to first to try to double up Gamble, but he gets back in time. So there's the second out of the inning, but a sacrifice fly for Dylan Briggs makes this a 1-run ball game.
Does Ganchow have a chance at home? He didn't. Tried to go back to first. Pretty good throw offline, though. So now 2 outs here. It's a go-ahead runner to bat here.
So the second run of the inning is in for the Red Wings. Here's Connor McGough. Gamble off first. There he goes. Passes throw. A good one, but not nearly in time. Gamble been great with these jumps over at first. Swipes his 3rd bag of the ball game.
You got to be careful of him going to third. I mean, we saw him do it on 2 pitches here. Certainly wouldn't mind a pickoff here.
Yeah, can't have him at third with Mikulski on the mound with so many wild pitches. Mikulski checks Gamble at second. Pitch in there. Called strike. So now 1-1 to Connor McGough, batting third today for the Red Wings. 8 hits and 17 at-bats this summer, so hitting .471. Just played 6 games this summer, but still an impressive 6 games. There goes Gamble off third. For third, I should say. McGough fouls it back, so he'll have to trot back to second. Gamble had that one stolen, too. A really nice jump at second. Safe to say, really good at reading pitchers.
Had it stolen easily. Mikulski's got to throw a strike here.
Almost like he's got a 300-page novel out there, just really reading these pitchers. Taking off for third. Stays at second this time. Misses inside, does Mikulski. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5-4, the Americans lead. J.C. Gamble off second. Connor McGough in the box against Christian Mikulski. Mikulski checks Gamble back. There he goes for third. Pitch outside and no throw. Passed, had to block it. It hit the dirt. Had to backhand it. So Gamble, another steal.
Just didn't feel like a matter of if, it was when. Now 4 stolen bases. Time he's reached base. He's got to throw a strike here. Can't walk him again. And if he does, Coach Cordero is probably going to come out.
Pitch from Mikulski outside. Pass. A heck of a stop back there. Way off the plate. So now runners at the corners once again. Now 2 outs in the inning. Mikulski 1 away. But he's got himself in a jam now against John Mendola. Mendola batting .353 this summer, a .559 slugging percentage. Second on the team to McGo, who takes off from first to throw, gets into center past Gladfelter. Gamble will score, and McGo will move up from second to third on the stolen base attempt. An E2 from Nick Past. And we've got a tie game, 5-5 here at McDonough Park.
Past when he started in, was able to throw out runners. Just it's been an issue so far. Godfather able to make the play. A double steal probably would have scored anyway, but now he's at third. They can get the lead here.
Pitch called a ball, so now 2-0. Go-ahead run at third base, and Connor McGo, who stole second and then advanced on the E2 by Past. Looked like Gladfelter came in, was going to come up throwing at home to try to get Gamble, but didn't squeeze it. Mendola drives that one into left center. It's back near the track. Jesmondi, he makes a play. Nice play by Derek Jesmondi out there, ranging deep into center field for the third out of the inning. But in the inning, the Red Wings score 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error in the inning, and 1 runner left on base. We've got a 5-5 game here. Headed to the top of the 6th. The Americans got some work to do.
Yeah, certainly hope you won't see Mikulski coming in the next inning, just able to get out of it, but it felt like they were going to keep scoring on him. Probably a 390-foot fly out there, but tie ball game here. Americans have scored in 2 straight innings. Looking to do it again here when we head to the top of the 6th.
So John Mendola flies out to center to end the inning. Derek Jesmondi ran a long way for that baseball, tracked it down. And Mikulski gets out of the inning, but you wonder really, will he be sent back out there after 1, a long inning, but 2, just very wild inning as well.
Yeah, numerous wild pitches. Pass probably saved 20 more. Wonder if that'll close the door in his pitching this year. Curious to see who they'll have. I wouldn't have minded Foxcroft. We see him come in relief, but just to go with Mikulski.
So Vinny Favada will lead things off for the Americans. He had his at-bat taken away last inning after Jesmondi was thrown out trying to steal third with 2 outs, which is just a cardinal sin in baseball rules. Out on the field, making the 3rd out at third base. So we've got a 5-5 game here in the top of the 6th, starting to cool down a little bit here at McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. Still 85 degrees, but still a very hot day. Favada will step in. Count is 0-0, nobody out, nobody on. 5-5 game, pitch from Sheets. Favada squares around a bunt. And he goes around, misses the bunt attempt on a high fastball. Probably a pitch he wants to pull back on if he got it again. So he's behind 0-1. Sheets works from the stretch, deals to Favada. Hit into center, played on the backhand by Gamble. Throws on the run, pick at first, Mendola. A nice play from the Red Wings on either end. And J.C. Gamble robs Vinny Favada on a hit. Porter Slattery, the first base coach, and Vincent Favada really reacting after that play. It seems like Mendola was off the bag at first.
Slattery incensed, tried to have him appeal back to the home plate umpire, no call, so. And he's gone. Who is gone? Who'd they throw out? Looks like it might have been Favada.
So Vincent Favada ejected from the ball game for yelling at the umpire. Favada really upset with the call at first, was called out on a play. A nice play by Gamble. Made a throw on the run. A good pick by Mendola at first. And Favada and Slattery over there at first thought he was off the bag. So in steps Cooper Rowell. Pitch from Sheets. Outside corner, called strike number 1. So the 0-1 from Sheets. Rowell pops it into right. McGo going back, makes the play for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs here, worked by Tommy Sheets.
Not really what you want from the Americans after 3-1 lead evaporated, just trying to get some more insurance runs. 2 huge outs as it brings up Past.
So Nick Past digs in. Done a good job with what he's been given behind the plate, stopping a lot of baseballs on a lot of wild pitches. Sheets deals strike number 1 in the zone. So Vincent Favada ejected. He's out of this one. Outside corner misses. Now 1-1, 2 outs in the inning. Pass today. 0 for 1, a strikeout in the third. Walked in the fourth and stole second. Here's the 1-1. Pass follows it down the first baseline. Now 1-2.
Curious to see who they'll put in Favada's spot. Probably will come out around the 8th inning.
Sheets working from the stretch. Here's the 1-2 to Pass. Outside corner just misses. Sheets thought it was strike 3. He was walking off the mound towards the dugout. Now 2-2. Pass from Sanborn, New York, right around the corner from Sal Magley Stadium. So a local guy this summer playing for the Americans. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch from Sheets. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike 3. Passed late on the fastball, down on strikes. So the Americans go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the 6th. And the Red Wings coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th here on the American Sports Network.
Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka Insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a pitcher painting the outside corner. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Coca-Cola for their support this season. Known for its refreshing bubbles and iconic flavor, Coca-Cola is the world's best-selling carbonated soft drink. Snag a Coke right here at the Sal Magley Stadium concession stand and make your game day even sweeter.
So Christian Mikulski back on the mound for his second inning of work for the Americans after Vincent Favada was ejected from the game. After a close play at first, J.C. Gamble, the second baseman for the Red Wings, ranged over up the middle, made a nice play, threw it on a run. And Mendola picked it at first, but clearly thought Favada thought he was off the base. So here's Caden Coots to lead off the 6th, swinging on miss for strike number 1. Coots, no batting gloves. Rarely see that anymore nowadays. 0-1 pitch. Misses upstairs. Now 1-1 to Caden Coots from Mikulski. Pitch outside, misses. So now 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out in the inning, nobody on. Mikulski in for his second inning work, working out of the windup against Coots. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, called strike. Good spot from Mikulski. Now 2-2. Count is even. 2-2 to Coots. Here's the pitch from Mikulski. Fouled on the third baseline.
Certainly a pitch Coots will regret. That one just looked like it was going inside. Might have hit him.
Mikulski from Glenmont, New York. Played 2 years at Herkimer County Community College. That one misses outside. Now going to be a full count. Mikulski recently committed to Keystone College in Pennsylvania for the fall of 2026, a Division III school. Mikulski, a .388 hitter, got on base at a .503 clip this past year for Herkimer County. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, passed in the dirt, throws on to first. But Coots gives himself up, so Mikulski gets a strikeout to start this sixth.
Huge first strikeout from Mikulski. Worked it to a full count, but hopefully this is a good start here after that wild fifth.
Number 6, CJ Origo.
In steps CJ Origo. Origo wears number 6 for the Red Wings. Plays third base tonight. And he hits Origo in the back of the head, who immediately flips his bat in the air. Mikulski's curveball got away from him. Origo now down at first with 1 out in the inning. Clearly not on purpose. I mean, it was a curveball. As Jackson Lerner heads down to the bullpen to get loose for the Americans.
Someone else who struggles with wild pitches and hit batters.
So Origo reaches on the hit by pitch, speaking of. Mikulski now works out of the stretch against Dylan Abbott. First pitch from Mikulski, outside corner, just misses. Ball number 1. Abbott, the extra hitter tonight. Bounced into a 6-4-3 back in the 4th. Geneva leads the PGCBL in GIDPs. Pitch outside. Pass stops it. There he goes from first. Throw down to second. High. Gets into center. Jasmani backs it up, though, and gets it in quickly, keeping Origo at second.
It's just been a dangerous game here. Has a lot of bad throws. Now go ahead run at second here, and now on our 2-0.
Now runner in scoring position. That's the go-ahead run for the Red Wings. Mikulski just misses that one. Now 3-0 against Abbott, who's 0 for 2 today. Like I mentioned, grounded out to short in the second and then bounced into that 6-4-3 in the 4th. It'll be a 3-0 from Mikulski. He deals upstairs. Ball 4. So now first and second. 1 out. Open base, not too big of a deal for Mikulski to walk Abbott. And here's Nick Filipponi. Filipponi, the left fielder, today for the Red Wings from Mansfield, New Jersey. 5'10", 170 pounds, plays Division I ball at Rider University. Mikulski checks him at second, swung on and missed by Filipponi for strike number 1. Filipponi was ranked the number 22 catcher in New Jersey in his high school class. Pitch from Mikulski in the dirt, gets by pass for another wild pitch. And Origo and Abbott will move up 90 feet. Couple of ducks on the pond now for the Red Wings. 1 out in the inning as Filipponi is at the dish. Count is 1-1. The Americans will bring the infield in as well. Here we're in the bottom of the 6th at McDonough Park. Mikulski works out on the windup, deals, throws it behind Filipponi, a snag by pass.
They have to get Lerner in immediately.
Yeah, Lerner starting to get loose now, throwing. Mikulski behind 2-1, 1 out in the inning. Working from the windup, deals to Filipponi in the dirt, gets bypassed, and there's the go-ahead run. Geneva takes a 6-5 lead here in the bottom of the 6th on the 3rd wild pitch of the inning by Christian Mikulski. So you look at how CJ Origo scored. Hit by pitch, got to second on a wild pitch, third on a wild pitch, and then came around to score on another wild pitch. That one's fouled down the left field line. Out of play for strike number 2. So it'll be a full count pitch coming from Mikulski. Red Wings now lead 6-5 against the Americans. Here's the 3-2 from Mikulski. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Christian Mikulski gets a big K. Filipponi down on strikes for the second out of the inning.
Just can't have him advance from third here. Just need a ground ball. It's any kind of out here.
2 outs in the inning. Here's Ben Buxton. Struggled at the plate today, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Bats from the left side against Mikulski. He deals the first pitch of the AB. Inside corner, just misses. Ball number 1. Mikulski, pitch, chop back to him. Fields flips to first, and there's the third out of the inning. So the Red Wings score 1 run on no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The Red Wings now lead 6-5 as the Americans are coming to bat here in the top of the 7th. Now down a run on the Americans Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka Insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a pitcher painting the outside corner. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family-owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park.
Back here in the top half of the 7th. Justin Gladfelter to lead things off for the Americans. Gladfelter 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. Tommy Sheets back out there looking to give Gladfelter the golden sombrero. Gladfelter squares around the butt, almost gets hit for ball number 1.
We saw, though, in that game against Elmira, he started out 0 for 3 and had a big hit. So come in and get a big hit for this team, which they certainly need now.
Gladfelter ahead 1-0. Pitch from Sheets. Crowds to third and gets by a diving C.J. Arrigo. And Gladfelter, a leadoff single, reaches.
Point there. Gets on base when they need him to. Certainly going to be a threat to steal, especially with this catcher who has really struggled. Got that big out against Gismondi. Could have went on either way, but against Gladfelter, good enough jump. He can get in. Just can't get picked off. We've seen that happen a couple times. We got a little bit of rundown.
Here's David Harris, been on base all 3 times today, reached base safely his past 7 plate appearances in a row. Pats from the left side, Lerner now warming for the Americans in the bullpen. Gladfelter off first, certainly a threat to run. 4th in the PGCBL in steals. Sheets checks on Gladfelter. Not going anywhere yet. Coots watches him. Gladfelter certainly the team lead in stolen bases. Harris quickly ahead, 1-0. Gladfelter off first. Sheets checks him. Working on the stretch pickoff. Gladfelter dives back in safely. Gladfelter this past collegiate season at Cunata College had 15 steals, and he actually missed 10 games due to some injuries, so able to steal a bunch of bags regardless of missing those games due to some health issues. 1-0 pitch to David Harris on its way, but first the pickoff to first. Gladfelter back in time.
Sheets knows how big of a threat Gladfelter is at first base. Just trying to get a good lead. Knows he can probably steal on him, but would like a big jump. Just can't get too much and get picked off. Certainly see a third pickoff here as he eyes him again.
Gladfelter, good lead off first. Count is 1-0, nobody out in the inning. There he goes. Pitch called a ball. Throw down from Coots, not in time. Dropped at second by Gonzalo. So Gladfelter, a stolen base, and now the Americans have a runner in scoring position.
Would have been safe anyway, but another good jump by Gladfelter. Found his spot. Knew Sheets was going to pick him off and had to go charge the base and obviously dropped anyway. So now runner in scoring position 2-0. Harris still get to see a strike.
Not a bad throw from Coots. Just Gladfelter too quick. Swipes the bag. 2-0 pitch to Harris. In there. Called strike one. Big at bat right here. Dave Harris, probably the best hitter in this lineup for the Americans, at the plate with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. So worst case scenario, Harris has got to move Gladfelter over the third, who is the tying run at second base. 2-1 count. There goes Gladfelter. Pick off. It's a balk. And Gladfelter gets third. Sheets arguing with the base umpire. So clearly a balk. Sheets on the play, comes set, and lifts his leg to do an inside leg move to second. Sees Gladfelter take off for third, and then tries to throw to third, which is illegal. Cannot do that because there's no runner at the bag yet. Gladfelter technically still at second. So you cannot pick off to a base that has no runners. And Sheets threw it away even. So Geneva a little bit lucky on the play. Gladfelter would have came out on to score, but the balk, now he's at third. Pitch from Harris, called a strike on the outside corner from Sheets, to Harris. So now count is 2-2. Nobody out. Geneva's infield in. Gladfelter at third. Harris looking to get him in to tie this ball game up at 6. Geneva ahead 6-5. Here's the 2-2. Outside corner misses, now 3-2. Harris looking to make it 8 at-bats in a row. Huge 3-2 pitch coming to Dave Harris. Digs in from the left side against the reliever Sheets. Here's the 3-2 to Harris. Fouled straight back, right on it. So we'll do 3-2 all over again here at McDonough Park. Sun now really set behind the trees in the outfield. Some legends played here at McDonough Park. Tony Perez, Pete Rose started their professional baseball careers right here in Geneva. 3-2 pitch to Harris. Inside corner, called strike 3. Tommy Sheets comes in out of the bullpen in this one. High fives at shortstop and sends David Harris back to the dugout for the first out of the inning. A huge strikeout from Tommy Sheets.
David Harris just got to keep his mouth shut there. Thinks that was a ball. Probably was.
Here's Ganschow. Pitch from Sheets. Ganschow takes it inside corner, called strike number 1. So Harris loses his streak of 7 at-bats in a row getting on base. Ganschow digs in from the right side, down 0-1. Here's a pitch from Sheets. Outside, misses, 1-1. Geneva came into tonight 6-13 on the year. The Americans 9-12. Geneva 3-10 on the road versus 3-3 at home. So really got to make up some ground in terms of playing some more home games because they've been on the road a bunch. Here's the 1-1 to Ganschow. Outside corner gets the call. That one about a half a ball, maybe a full ball off the plate. Ganschow walks away from home, shakes his head, doesn't like the call. He'll step back in, down 1-2.
Also a pretty late call there. At least he's deciding midway through whether he's going to do this or not.
Ganschow behind 1-2. 0 for 1 today. 2 walks and a steal. Ganschow calls time. Steps out of the box. Sheets on the mound against Ganschow. Red Wings still have the infield in, 1 out in the inning. Sheets steals the 1-2 to Ganschow. Hit up to short and by Christopher Gonzalo. Ganschow ties it up at 6. A 1-out single scores Justin Gladfelter, and we've got a tie ball game.
Chow did his job there just off the glove. Would have been a super close play at home, but we'll never know as Gladfelter scores. Tie ball game here. Ganschow at first.
Now batting, number 3, Dominic Vanguard.
So here's Dominic Zangardi, 1 out in the inning. Ganschow now on first. The go-ahead run for the Americans. Jackson Lerner now really getting up and loose for the Americans. Looks like next inning is his. There goes Ganschow off first. Pitch is high. Throw down to second is also high. Gets into center field, but Briggs backs it up. It gets by Briggs now. Ganschow headed to third. He's going to get the wave home. Ganschow around third. The throw in is going to be cut off, and Ganschow scores from first on a stolen base. An E2. And then an E8. And the Americans take a 7-6 lead.
It's a good play by Ganschow. Another high throw again. It gets away. Just got to grab that ball. It goes under the glove. Ganshaw's not going to let him get away with it here. The Americans thought Harris should have walked. Ganschow on a 1-2, able to get in safely and then able to score.
Zangardi chops it to third. Coming on is Arrigo. Fields throws across the diamond for the second out of the inning. So now 2 outs in the inning. The Americans ahead 7-6. After a Matt Ganschow RBI single and then a Matt Ganschow stolen base, and came around to score on a couple of errors by the Red Wings defense in one play.
We thought we made a lot of errors, Tom.
Yeah, the Americans now 14 straight with an error. Jasmani cracks that one into center. Not deep. Briggs over, and he makes the catch for the third out of the inning, but not before the Americans score 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 runner left on base. Played 6.5 innings here at McDonough Park, and the Americans now lead 7-6. You're listening to PGCBL Baseball on the American Sports Network, brought to you by Sammy's Pizza.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. The Niagara Falls Americans thank Casella Waste Systems for their continued support. Casella offers sustainable waste management and garbage pickup right here in Niagara Falls. As an environmental service provider, Casella manages and transforms society's waste into new resources. Call 716-637-4843 to get a price quote on garbage pickup. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics.
So now Jackson Lerner into the ball game for the Americans in relief of Christian Mikulski, who fired 2 innings and gave up 4 runs by the Red Wings. The Americans lead 7-6. Lerner coming on out of the bullpen, and could be the Americans' last straw here. Not really sure how many arms they got left looking to get all 9 outs here from Jackson Lerner out of Stratham, New Hampshire. Plays for Clarkson University collegiately. The 10-hitter digs in for the Red Wings and Christopher Gonzalo. First pitch to Lerner. In there for strike number 1. A good sight for Americans fans. A sweeper from Lerner lands in the zone for strike 1 after quite an atrocious outing on Sunday against the Pioneers for Jackson Lerner. Here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back. Lerner quickly ahead 0-2. Lerner in that game against the Pioneers really had a tough outing. 1 inning, 4 hit by pitches. Quickly ahead 0-2 here against Gonzalo. Here's the pitch. Sweeper, foul tipped, and Nick Pass squeezes it for the 3rd strike of the at-bat. Jackson Lerner sends Gonzalo back to the dugout. So J.C. Gamble back to the top of the order for the Red Wings. Pitch from Lerner, and it hits Gamble. Another hit by pitch by Jackson Lerner. And there's some deja vu for the Americans as Gamble reaches, who's got 4 stolen bags today.
Yeah, that's not the guy you want to hit here. Be super careful.
So Lerner came on to pitch the top of the 7th in Game 1 of the doubleheader against Elmira on Sunday at Sal Magny Stadium. He gave up 6 runs, all earned, and hit 4 batters in that game. Gamble now off first. Lerner checks Gamble. There he goes for second. Passed. Throw down to second. Not in time. It was a good throw on a hop. Good pick by Gladfelter. Gamble just too quick. And that's his 5th of the night. I mean, J.C. Gamble, 5 steals tonight. Unbelievable. 1-0 count now to Dylan Briggs, the center fielder tonight for the Red Wings. Gamble off second. Pitch from Lerner. Outside corner, called a strike. Now 1-1. So that's the tying run at second in a speedster. J.C. Gamble. All Briggs has to do is hit a base hit to the outfield. A lot easier said than done, though. Score 7-6, the Americans over the Red Wings. We're in the bottom half of the 7th here at McDonough Park. J.C. Gamble off second. There he goes for third. Pitches behind Briggs. Throw down to third from Past. And Gamble swipes his 6th of the night.
My goodness, and it was honestly helped that that pitch was outside. He didn't have to move around the runner, but still able to get in safely. Evo right on our heels.
So runner at third means the Americans will bring the infield in. Dylan Briggs ahead in the count 2-1 against Lerner. Here's the pitch. Hit to left, fair, down the left field line. Gamble can walk home. Briggs will round first, head for second, and stop right there. It's a stand-up RBI double for Dylan Briggs. 7-7 game.
Just unfortunate, just stayed down that line. That's exactly where you want it, just hoping it would go foul. Tie ball game here, runner at second.
Really good piece of hitting by Dylan Briggs. Now he's at second. The go-ahead run with Connor McGough at the plate, who's been red hot as of late for this Red Wings team. McGough, this is just his 7th game of the summer, but hitting .471 on the season with 6 runs, 2 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. McGough squares around a bunt. It's a good one down the third base line. Lerner tries to field but slips and falls. Now the runner's at the corners for the Red Wings. Got to feel for Jackson Lerner here, having a tough outing once again.
Yeah, wasn't going to make that play either. It's another great bunt here.
So runners at the corners for the 4-hitter, John Mendola, after McGough reaches on the bunt single. Lerner pitch to Mendola. There goes Mago for second. Throw down. Stopped short by Gladfelter, but Mago swipes second.
Get rid of the double play ball here, so just have to come naturally here from Lerner.
So second and third. One out in the inning. Mendola at the plate. Pitch from Lerner in there. Called strike number one. So Lerner, count is even against Mendola, who's 1 for 3 today, singled back in the first, a ground out and a fly out. Pitch from Lerner upstairs, misses, now 2-1. So the Red Wings, 2 hits in the inning, a run that tied it up. Now they got second and third. 7-7 is your score. Pitch from Lerner. Just misses with the sweeper. Now 2-1. Mendola to start at first base today. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, misses for ball 4. That'll load the bases. Not too much trouble for Lerner. An open bag at first. Now forces a force out. So the Americans have a force out at any bag in turn 2 with a ground ball and get out of the inning.
First time either team has had the bases loaded.
So instead, Epps, Caden Coots, who's had a rough game behind the plate, allowed a bunch of stolen bags by the Americans' offense. Now we're going to try to make up for it at the plate for the Red Wings. Coots swings at the first pitch, pops it up. Looks like it's going to stay in play. Pass Weiss, ranging over in foul territory. Weiss hauls it in. A big out for Jackson Lerner to keep this game tied 7-7. And Coots heads back to the dugout.
Humongous out, and this Coots, when the bases are loaded here, you don't know if maybe a wild pitch will happen or anything like that. You just walk the guy in a full count, take a pitch, but the Americans will take it here. It's up to Arrigo here to break this deadlock at 7.
So Arrigo, a big at bat. First pitch from Lerner is outside for ball 1. So we're in the bottom half of the 7th. Tie ball game 7-7. Pretty much opposite of a pitcher's duel tonight. A lot of offense. 14 total runs. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. Outside. Pass. Stops it. Really nice job by Nick Past to keep Briggs from scoring over at third.
Lerner's got to cool down here. 2-0. Can't walk in a run.
Red Wings have scored a run in the last 3 innings. Americans have scored in the last 3 out of 4. It'll be a 2-0 pitch to CJ Arrigo. Inside corner, just misses. So Lerner behind 3-0 in the count with the go-ahead run at third base in Dylan Briggs.
Think he gets the green light here, Tom?
I don't, but you never know. Arrigo at the dish. 0 for 2 today, was hit by a pitch his last time up. Here's a 3-0. Takes a pitch down the middle for strike number 1. Lerner looking to get a ground ball here against CJ Arrigo. See if the Americans can turn an inning-ending double play. That would be the dream case scenario. Arrigo bats from the right side. 3-1 count against Lerner. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, ball 4. So an RBI walk for CJ Arrigo, and the Red Wings now lead 8-7.
Just felt like Lerner was going to be able to get out of it. Can't. Still not out of it. Just needs an out.
So Dylan Briggs comes around to score on the walk. Worked by CJ Arrigo, and Dylan Abbott steps in. And Abbott gets hit, but it's going to be called a foul ball. Looked like a hit by pitch, but going to be called a foul ball as he couldn't get the bat down in time.
That is humongous here for Lerner. Pretty lucky call here. Certainly going to have to make up for it here.
So in the inning, 3 hits, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. Here's Lerner outside, misses, now 1-1. Lerner keeps looking down in his hand. Really slippery, humid, hot one here at McDonough Park. Three steals in the inning as well for the Red Wings. 1-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch from Lerner. This is up and in, now 2-1. Americans not done yet. They still got 6 outs to work with. They'll bat in the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th. But the Red Wings now lead 8-7. You can see at the bottom of your screen, 8-5-2 for the Red Wings, 7-7-2 for the Americans. Pitch from Lerner behind him.
Unbelievable play there from Past.
Yeah, Nick Past diving, full extension. Lerner, really slick hands, now wiping him on his socks and his jersey. Can't get a grip on the baseball, it seems. Bases are loaded, 3-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. 8-7 the Red Wings lead here at McDonough Park. Pitch from Lerner, and it hits him. Another hit by pitch by Jackson Lerner. There's another run.
Americans,
So bases will remain loaded with 2 outs in the inning.
Americans just gifted Geneva into this game. Hit by pitches, wild pitches, just not throwing strikes. Nova Lopez had a great outing, and it's quite frankly being wasted here today.
Got a feel for Lerner a little bit. Very hot one, tough to throw in these conditions. Lerner deals on the outside corner. Strike number 1 to Nick Filipponi, the left fielder. So 0-1, Lerner ahead of Filipponi. A good sight for Americans fans. Misses outside, now 1-1 with the sweeper. Lerner, a side armor, works with the sinker-sweeper combo. Count is even 1-1 here against Nick Filipponi. Pitch, fastball way outside. Good play from Nick Past. Stop it from getting by him. So count now 2-1, 2 outs in the inning. 3 runs in the inning for the Red Wings. They now lead 9-7. Pitch. This is up and in. Now 3-1. Lerner cannot buy a strike. And nowhere to put him. Past 4 batters, a walk, a pop out, a walk, and a hit by a pitch. Here's the 3-1 from Lerner inside. Misses another walk from Lerner. And Zangardi going to head out to warm up in the bullpen for the Americans. As Lerner really struggling to get this final out of the inning.
You just felt like when you had those 2 outs, just needed a ground ball, and you just couldn't throw a strike.
So John Mendola scores on the walk. And here's Ben Buxton. Pitch from Lerner. Bounced to third off of Rowell's glove. And he knocks it down. A run coming home, and he scores. So that'll make it an 11-7 game. After a hard hit ball by Ben Buxton, Rowell can't make the play at third.
Rowell's had a great day at third. Just the one play that gets away from him. All he needed was just tap on third. Another run scores. It's a 5-run 7th inning.
Most likely going to be called a hit. Hit really hard. No. Tough play for Rowell over that third. Here's Christopher Gonzalo, swung on and missed. He struck out to start this inning. And Gonzalo batting through the order are the Red Wings. Here's the 0-1 outside, just misses.
You look like you thought about it there. You just got to be consistent with your call. You can't decide midway through.
So the Red Wings have scored 5 in the inning, and they now lead 11-7. Pitch from Lerner up and in, ball 2. Lerner again really wiping his hand on his pants, his jersey. Behind in the count 2-1 against Gonzalo. Americans led at the start of the inning 7-6 as he throws behind Gonzalo. Nick Past able to save another pass ball from getting by him, another wild pitch, I should say. Now 3-1.
Started it with a swing and a miss strike, just hasn't found the zone.
Geneva doing this all with 2 outs as well. Impressive. Here's the 3-1 from Lerner. Outside corner just misses. And that'll walk in another run as Gonzalo gets on base, and that'll make it a 12-7 ball game. Will Cordero will walk to the mound and call on a reliever. We'll take a step aside. We're in the bottom half of the 7th. The Red Wings lead 12-7 here at McDonough Park against the Niagara Falls Americans. You're listening to PGCBL Baseball on the Americans Sports Network.
A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family-owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria.
So Dominic Zangardi, the new pitcher for the Americans, thrown from the left side. An outfielder by trade, but did a lot of pitching in high school. Just graduated this past month. July starts tomorrow, so I can't say that after tomorrow, but Zangardi, one of the youngest guys on this team and one of the most talented as well. The Red Wings now lead 12-7. And they are just pouring it on here. 6 runs in the inning on only 2 hits. The inning started all the way back when Christopher Gonzalo struck out. And then after that, it was 2 hit by pitches, 4 walks, and another single. So really Geneva doing their due diligence and pouring on some runs. Back to the top of the order, and J.C. Gamble. First pitch misses from Zangardi. Couldn't have missed by much. J.C. Gamble in the box. Here's the pitch from Zangardi. Fastball at the top of the zone just misses once again. Zangardi quickly behind 2-0 against J.C. Gamble, who's got 6 steals tonight. Pitch from Zangardi, low and away. Now ball 3. Zangardi nowhere to put J.C. Gamble. Count is 3-0. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch from Zangardi. Fastball outside corner. Called strike.
He's got to figure it out here. What is the umpire doing? He's like thinking about it. Either call the strike or don't call the strike. Do your job. Oh my God. You
Here's
guys are
a 3-1 from Zangardi. Cracked to the left side and through for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Buxton getting the wave all around, and he scores. It's a 2-run single, and the ball gets away.
hit the runner.
So Gamble will get to second. And the ball is called out of play by the home plate umpire, it seems.
Now he scores him.
So Gonzalo will score on the throw-in from Ganschow after it deflected off of Gonzalo, went out of play into the Americans' dugout. And now the score is 15-7. The Red Wings have scored 9 runs in this inning alone.
2 more runs, Tom. They mercy us.
Score is 15-7.
Center fielder, number 3, Dylan.
Crazy 7 hits apiece. They're more than double the runs. The umpire is going to talk things over, make sure they gave the right amount of bases to some runners, because Gamble got to second on the overthrow after the base hit, and now he's going to get third as well because of the throw going into the dugout. So J.C. Gamble, a single that scored 2 runs on the hit. Then another run came in on the E7 throw from Ganschow. So 3 runs in on the play, and Gamble now on third. Zangardi deals strike number 1 to Dylan Briggs. Briggs 1 for 3 today with a double. Takes outside, now 1-1. So that ended up being a bases clearing single for J.C. Gamble. And then now he's at third after the overthrow. Pitch from Zangardi. Hinted to right. Harris went in at first, now drifting back and makes the play to end the inning. So Zangardi works out of trouble. And the Red Wings score 9 runs. On 4 hits. 1 error in the inning and 1 runner left on base. We've played 7 complete innings. The Red Wings lead 15-7 here at McDonough Park.
The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank Bully Hill Vineyards for their support all season long. On the south end of gorgeous Keuka Lake, you can taste over 40 wines and enjoy food at a family-friendly winery open 7 days a week. Visit bullyhillvineyards.com to learn more about what they have to offer. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the ongoing support of Blaze Brockway Contracting. Family owned and operated for over 15 years, Blaze Brockway Contracting specializes in all aspects of remodeling and renovation. Call 607-259-7607 for all of your construction and home improvement needs. Sammy's Pizzeria has been family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1962 and are the originators of the 1/2 tray of pizza. The Americans would like to thank Sammy's for sponsoring the team this season. Pick up all your favorites right across the street from Sal Magley Stadium at Sammy's Pizzeria.
Back here at McDonough Park, a new pitcher for the Red Wings in Lane Whiting. He wears number 22. A right-hander comes to the Red Wings from Oconto, Wisconsin, currently in the transfer portal. Pitched this past year at University of Wisconsin Stout. 9 appearances at UW Stout, 2 games started, a 6.16 ERA in 19 innings pitched. Take a look around at the PGCBL West Division.
Elmira just mercied Newark at Newark 17-7. Tavia up 8-1 against the Ironbacks in Canada. Jamestown, although Olean has given them fits, they're up 7-4 in the top of the 8th. Mohawk and Boonville postponed, probably due to that lightning we had earlier. Amsterdam up 16-6 over Glen Falls. Feels like they're never losing. That's all we've got in the PGCBL.
So here's Adam Weiss against Lane Whiting, and there's strike number 1 from Whiting to Weiss. Just an unbelievable inning that gave the Red Wings the lead there in that bottom half of the 7th. They poured on 7 runs as Weiss fouls that one off. I mean, you look at that inning as a whole, the Red Wings batted around +1 batter and just poured on 9 runs. Didn't look back. Pitch misses low. Now 1-2. Four walks in the inning. 2 hit by pitches. 4 hits. Also an error as well. I mean, the Americans really struggled there in that bottom half of the 7th. Here's the 1-2 to Weiss. Fastball misses in. Off of Coots. Coots a little bit uncomfortable after that one hit him behind the plate for the Red Wings. Looking over at the dugout. That really hurt Coots, it looked like. Looked like the left ankle of Caden Coots. So we pause for a moment to take a look at the PGCBL standings. Batavia in first, Jamestown in second, both of them 15-6, 3 games back of the Amsterdam Mohawks. Auburn in third, the Pioneers in fourth. Olean now 500, 10-10 on the year. Then the Americans and the Ironbacks 9-12. They'll play against each other 3 times next week. Then you got the Red Wings 6-13 and the Newark Pilots 3-14. Pitch to Weiss, misses upstairs. Now 3-2. Coming to Adam Weiss, we're in the top half of the 8th inning here at McDonough Park. 3-2 count, nobody out. Red Wings lead 15-7. Lane Whiting working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch to Weiss. Misses inside, so Adam Weiss works a leadoff walk for the Americans. His 3rd of the day.
That's how comebacks start, just getting these walks. On the year, 12 strikeouts to 17 walks. That's walk number 18 for Whiting. So they'll bring up Savino.
Here's Anthony Savino, singled his last time up in the 5th, which feels like 2 days ago now. Pitch to Savino outside. Snap throw to first. Weiss back in plenty of time. 15-7 ball game. Gotta love Caden Coots staying aggressive, trying to throw out Weiss on a back pick. Savino down in the count 0-1 against Whiting. Pitch in there, called strike 2. So Savino now down 0-2. Weiss off first, 0-2 to Savino's, fouled behind home. Counts 0-2, Savino behind. Weiss off first, not a big lead. Here's the pitch from Whiting. Cut on and missed. Savino kind of waved at that one for strike 3, his 3rd strikeout of the day.
Bring up Sticklers. Had a long time to come up. Is coming in the extra hitter spot after Favada's ejection. Arguing on balls and strikes. First time we've really seen Logan Stickler in a while.
So Stickler on as the substitute. Swings and fouls that one into the glove of Caden Coots. Stickler got the start in game 1 of the doubleheader on Sunday against the Pioneers. Went over, batted third in that game as the extra hitter. Here's the 0-1, now 0-2. Is Whiting just pounding the zone here for the Red Wings. Way ahead 0-2, 1 out in the inning. Here's the pitch to Stickler. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike 3 makes quick work of Logan Stickler and sends him back to the dugout, swinging for the second out of the inning.
After that walk by Weiss, 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches here.
So here's Cooper Rowell. Takes strike number 1. Whiting now 7 strikes in a row after 2 straight strikeouts of Savino and Stickler. Weiss off first. Pitch cut on and missed. Now 0-2. So 8 strikes in a row, looking to make it 3 strikeouts in a row as well. Weiss off first after the leadoff walk. Count is 0-2 against Cooper Rowell, the third baseman today for the Americans. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses outside. Now 1-2.
Well, it'll end that streak, but still has Rowell right where he wants him here on the 1-2.
Rowell playing third base today for the Americans. Seen a bunch of different guys over there this year, whether it's him, Stickler, Thomas Marcotte. Rowell drives that one out to right field. Not deep. Mago ranges over and makes the play to end the inning. So after a leadoff walk, the Americans go down in order 1, 2, 3. And we've now played 7.5 innings. And the Red Wings still ahead of the Americans 15-7 here at McDonough Park.
So looks like we're going to have Zangardi back on the mound. Only allowed 1 hit. All the runs came in when he came to the mound were from Lerner. Just going to get eat some innings here for the Americans, down 8 runs.
So the Red Wings coming to bat, looking to extend their lead against the Americans. Here in the bottom half of the 8th. Once again, we'll take a look at the PGCBL standings a little bit more in depth. You know, you look at the home-away splits for either team. What really stands out, the Muck Dogs 10-2 at home, Jamestown 10-1 on the road, and Geneva 3-10 on the road. Not great. The Americans on the year 6-6 at home, 3-6 on the road.
Yeah, we can look at like incorporating now after the wins today. Elmira will jump to 11-9. Batavia about to move to 16-6. Jamestown might follow them if they hold against Olean. That's what we have for the West right now. So they'll probably stay equal at the top, and then Elmira will stay in 4th, but on Auburn's heels.
Yeah, Jamestown ahead of Olean 7-4 on the top of the 8th. The Muck Dogs ahead of the Ironbacks 8-1. So if both of them hold on, they will continue to be really good here at the top of the West Division. First pitch of the inning is popped up foul down the right field line. First base line, Weiss chasing it, but it lands out of play. For strike number 1 to Connor McGill. McGill 1 for 2 today. A sacrifice fly and a walk, also a bunt single, and a line out to center. He's also got 2 stolen bases today. Pitch from Zangardi in there for strike number 2. Zangardi really pounding the zone here to start off the bottom of the 8th. A good sight to see after last inning. Pitch from Zangardi, chopped to second. Gladfelter fields on the run, throws on the run, across his body. Weiss tag at first. He's got him. Adam Weiss at first. Been unbelievable over there all season long. Another great play by Adam Weiss.
Yeah, no matter what the score is, you know it's that score because he's in this game. Americans could easily be down 10 here if it weren't for Adam Weiss.
So in steps John Mendola. One out now in the inning. Pitch misses for ball number 1. Pitch from Zangardi in there for strike number 1. Mendola bats from the left side. Playing first base tonight for the Red Wings. He's 1 for 3 today. Walked in the 7th. That one misses inside. Now 2-1. Zangardi, kind of an old school windup. Goes over the head and delivers from the left side. Misses that one in the dirt. Now behind 3-1 against Mendola. One out in the inning. Here's the pitch from Zangardi. Check swing. Yes, he went around, so now it'll be a full count. Three-two pitch coming from Zangardi. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Dom Zangardi sends Mendola back to the dugout swinging for the second out of the inning.
Zangardi certainly playing well in relief despite the score. Honestly, would have wondered if you tried to put him in earlier in this game. I feel like they always use him when it's too late, but 2.25 ERA is certainly going to go down, so we need to give another run. Certainly something you have to think to use in the future. Just tough. When he's usually in the lineup, you got to figure out when to use him.
That one fouled off for strike number 1 against Caden Coots. Dominic Zangardi making quick work of this Geneva offense. Already had 0-1 with 2 outs in the inning against Caden Coots here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2. Foul tipped actually into the glove of Pass. So now 0-2. Zangardi a strike away from getting the Americans back to the plate in the top half of the 9th. See if they have an 8-run rally in their bats tonight. Zangardi from the full windup. 0-2 misses upstairs with the fastball. Now it'll be a 1-2 pitch coming from the Purple Eagle freshman. Caden Coots digs in, the backstop today for the Red Wings. Zangardi steps off the mound, steps right back up on the rubber. 1-2 count, 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Zangardi comes on and gets 2 strikeouts. And sends Geneva packing back to the field on defense. And see if the Americans can mount some kind of a comeback down 8 runs here. 15-7. You're listening to PGCBL Baseball on the American Sports Network.
The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Greater Together Credit Union. Greater Together Credit Union provides personalized banking, loans, mortgages, and savings accounts for anyone living, working, or attending school in Erie or Niagara counties. For more information, current rates, or to apply for membership, visit greatertogethercu.com. A special thank you to Tropical Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the Americans this season. Locally owned and operated, Tropical Heating and Cooling provides expert installation, repair, and maintenance for home heating, cooling, and air quality systems. Call 716-870-0753 or head to tropicalheating.net to submit a service request and knock your heating and cooling needs out of the park. The Niagara Falls Americans would like to thank McDonald's for being a sponsor of the team this year. With an extensive menu of well-known favorites, McDonald's is famous for its convenience. Especially during a long baseball season, McDonald's is the perfect place to grab a quick bite to eat and get right back to the ballpark. So head to your nearest McDonald's and enjoy all the classics. The Niagara Falls Americans appreciate the support of Stalka Agency. Serving Western New York since 1957, Stalka Agency makes insurance simple through proactive planning and straightforward conversations. Call the local Stalka insurance team at 716-634-7070 to get a tailored insurance quote that's as precise as a pitcher painting the outside corner.
So we're in the top of the ninth here at McDonough Park. And the Americans coming to bat for their last opportunity in this game. Nick Pass to lead things off, the 10-hitter. First pitch against Lane Whiting, called a ball with the fastball. Whiting really made quick work of the Americans' offense last inning, sending him down in order after a leadoff walk. Second pitch of the at-bat to Pass, followed back behind home for strike number 1. Pass today 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base, but 2 strikeouts as well. Had a tough day behind the plate, allowed a lot of stolen bases. Here's the 1-1, just misses upstairs, now 2-1.
Walk would certainly help that comeback, Tom, just getting those guys on base.
Down 8 runs, here's the 2-1 to Pass. Fastball inside, misses, now 3-1. So Pass, a good hitter's count here for the catcher. 3-1 against Lane Whiting from Wisconsin Stout. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses, and a leadoff walk for Nick Pass. He's on to lead off the top of the ninth.
We saw him steal a base earlier, Tom. That was certainly something we weren't expecting. We're not going to try it here with the deficit. Don't want to be a big first out.
So back to the top of the order, and Justin Gladfelter, who struck out 3 times today, but had a nice base hit in his last at-bat and stole a bag and came around to score to tie the game, but then the Red Wings had an explosion of a 7th. Pickoff throw to first, snap throw! And Nick Pass called out at first. Pass clearly upset. He thought he got around the tag. Passed a couple words to the base umpire, smiles, laughs it off, and jogs back to the dugout after he's thrown out by Caden Coots on the snap throw to first.
Yeah, he was off way more than he should have been. It looks like he made this swim move tag. Doesn't get the call, and there's that first out we were talking about. I thought they're still waiting for his first pitch.
So it's a 0-1 to Gladfelter. Swung on and missed. Gladfelter lets go of the bat again towards the Americans' dugout. Really shows how slick and sweaty and hot it is tonight.
Yeah, it just keeps going all the way into the dugout. Bauer will come out with a laugh. Just certainly humidity has not helped the Americans.
So Gladfelter behind 0-2. Squared around a bunt in the first pitch of the at-bat. Maybe going for that bunt for hit again with Arrigo back at third and passed at first, but now quickly behind 0-2. Here's the pitch from Whiting. Fastball inside, misses, now 1-2. Gladfelter doing his best to try to get the pine tar on his batting gloves. Hold a good grip. Here's the 1-2 from Whiting. Inside, almost hits Gladfelter, now 2-2. 15 runs for the Red Wings on 7 hits, 2 errors. 7 runs for the Americans on 7 hits with 3 errors. Whiting steps back on the rubber, ready to deliver the 2-2 to Justin Gladfelter. Pitch, fouled straight back. Gladfelter right on the fastball. At the top of the zone, went chasing it. It will remain 2-2. Americans 2 errors today, now 13 straight games with an error. 14, excuse me. Here's the 2-2 to Gladfelter. Misses in the dirt. Now 3-2. So it'll be a full count pitch coming to the Americans' second baseman. Want to thanks so much for spending part of your Tuesday night here with us at McDonough Park on the radio call. Sorry, no video. Tough angle for us in the press box, getting blocked by a couple of nets. So no video tonight, but a radio call. Here's the 3-2 to Gladfelter. Outside corner, called, strike 3. Gladfelter down on strikes for the 4th time tonight.
Gladfelter just tapped his head, asked to challenge it. It's really the feeling of the Americans all night, wishing there was an ABS system in Geneva, New York, but there's not, and that's out number 2.
Here's David Harris, the last hope for the Americans. He's 1 for 2 today, a couple of walks, a single, or a double, excuse me, and a strikeout looking, which he did his last time up in the 7th. Fouled off. So Harris behind 0-1, 2 outs in the inning. The last hope for the Americans, down 15-7. 0-1 count against Lane Whiting. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, misses, now 1-1. The Red Wings, if they hold on today, they'll get their 7th win of the season. The Americans in danger of having their 13th loss of the year. Here's the pitch. Harris cuts on and misses, and the Americans down to their final strike here at McDonough Park.
Americans will have a game off tomorrow, but play Geneva again on Thursday. Certainly going to wonder who is starting on that mound, who will be coming in relief.
McDonough Park built all the way back in 1958. Now we're here in 2026 with the Geneva Red Wings and the Americans. Harris cracks that one on the first baseline foul, so it'll be a 1-2 once again to David Harris. Will step back into the box. 2 outs in the inning against Lane Whiting, who really has done a great job out of the bullpen for the Red Wings tonight. 2 outs now in the inning. 15-7-2 for the Red Wings. 7-7-3 for the Americans. Pitch to Harris, cut on and missed. Blocked by Coots at home, and he throws on to the first for the 3rd out of the inning. So there's your ball game. The Red Wings win 15-7 here at McDonough Park.
Just a game where the Americans felt like they were on it so far in this game. They were up 5-2, and then since then, a big issue with the pitching. 3 in the 5th, tie it, and then 1 in the 6th to take the lead, and then that 9-run, just called a bonanza, just to really end it. Americans, a game they should have won. Just pitching really has been an issue. Tied for hits, but they out-hit him for most of this game. Got on base a lot with a lot of walks, but certainly just a tough game for the Americans. Going to have a day off. It's going to really have to figure out either to find some new arms or to wonder the arms they can have on Thursday. Kind of a good performance like Nova Lopez did through 4.
Yeah, so the Red Wings pull off the upset. 15 runs for the Red Wings versus 7 for the Americans. 7 hits apiece, 3 hits for the Red Wing, or 3 errors, excuse me. 2 for the Americans, and then the Americans left 9 runners on base to the Red Wings 6, which was a big problem for the Americans. Getting guys on all night, just couldn't get them in.
That wasn't really their issue through the first 2 innings. They had the first 3 innings they had them scoreless, and they scored 4. They scored 3 in the 4th inning, but obviously could have built up that lead earlier. Felt like they had first and second or second and third numerous times. Just couldn't get it done. Obviously wouldn't really have mattered despite the score here, but just getting those runners in, just looking at their stats throughout the game, just comparing the two. American 4 for 20 with base batters on, that's batting 200 compared to 5 for 18 versus Geneva. Runners in scoring position 3 for 13 versus 5 for 14. Leadoff 6 for 9, so that's certainly something they've sort of improved upon, but bases loaded. Geneva 2 for 3. It's not including the 6 walks in a row that Lerner had. And those runners on less than 2 outs, both were 2 for 7. So something the Americans need to struggle with. Feel like they were ahead by 20 pitches because of the issues that Rowe had to start this game. Now 154 versus 157. It's a tough game for the Americans that just going to have to swallow this one and come back here on Thursday to try and split their time at Geneva for the doubleheader they'll have later this week.
So the story of the ball game, the 9-run 7th inning for the Red Wings. Also the story of the ball game, 10 stolen bases tonight for the Red Wings. Double digits against the Americans. They were able to win this one 15-7. And that's your final score. The Americans will be back here on Thursday night against the Red Wings. And we'll be live here on the American Sports Network at 6:20 for a 6:30 first pitch. I'm Tom Ruck alongside Ethan Duncan.